back-to-back here tonight. Knicks fully healthy, ready to go. Can't wait for a big game here in the Garden. Let's continue to do our thing. 5-game winning streak. Let's make it 6. Undefeated at home. Let's remain undefeated. Going up against an Eastern Conference rival, the Orlando Magic. And oh, by the way, it's Paulo Banchero's birthday. Let's ruin his night. Let's start the show. We are back once again, y'all. Let's get right into it. We're going to start where we always start, with the captain. The real captain. I may have the captain hat on today, but the real captain, Mr. Jaylen Brunson. 28.3 points per game. These stats are already starting to get a little old because the assists are bumping up. During this homestand winning streak, this 5-game winning streak, Jaylen Brunson's actually been averaging about 7.8 assists per game, damn near 8 assists. So best believe the assist numbers are rising. And when you look at the way the team is shooting off of Jaylen Brunson passes, it should probably be a little bit higher. So when we get to the point where we're updating the stats here for the New York Knicks, best believe this number right here going to skyrocket. Also, this number right here, not that number, this number right here, the 3-point shooting percentage number, is also going to start going up, coming off a game where I think he was 6 for 9 from 3-point range, 6 for 8, 6 for 9, something like that. My man was on a mission, feeling himself, throwing up the shots, very confident, very comfortable right now within this offense, knows exactly what his role is, knows exactly where his spots are, and that is a statement that can be made for many, many Knicks right now. Now, have we faced the greatest of competition? No, not really. The Grizzlies, we know, are in a little bit of turmoil. We took advantage of that and dominated them. We know the Wizards are bad. We dominated them. We know the Nets are the worst team in the league, and we dominated them. But, you know, as I drop my pointer, that is what good teams do. That is what good teams do. Good teams dominate the bad teams. They don't scrape by. They don't barely just pick up the win. They dominate the opponent. And that's exactly what our New York Knicks have been doing. So it's a great sign. Now, all they have to do is continue to do that and play very well against the better competition in the league. And best believe some good competition is on the way, starting with tonight. Yes, the Orlando Magic are only 5-6 on the season. They've gotten off to a little bit of a rough start. Hasn't been great. Hasn't gone off to the flourishing start that I think many people were expecting for the Orlando Magic with the inclusion of Desmond Bane. Just thinking, okay, you got Bane, Suggs comes back, Paolo's healthy, Franz healthy, start the year on the right foot. And yet, the Orlando Magic are really, really struggling, especially offensively, and their defense, which was their calling card last year, has only been about average, right? They're, I believe, 14th or 15th in the league, defensive efficiency. Mark, what's up, Mark? Big Rud, of course, what's up, Big Rud? Ricardo, MB, Karen, Greg, what's up, Greg? Frank Juarez, my man Frank, what's up? MB, my guy, appreciate you. Susan, what's up, Susan? Happy to see you in the chat again. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? Where were we? The Orlando Magic struggling. They're averaging. So far they're a middling defense, average right now. It's still early in the year. Obviously, only 10 games, 10-game sample size, but that's not a nothing sample size at this point. 10 games now in. It's small, but it's not nothing, right? And it is trending a little upwards, both offensively and defensively for the Magic. They are coming off a big, impressive victory that they had over the Trailblazers, where Desmond Bane hit a 3 at the buzzer to pull it off, and they won it. But the New York Knicks are not the Portland Trailblazers. And with a middling defense right now, the way they're playing, we know what they're capable of. They were one of the better defensive last year, but with a middling defense right now, best believe the New York Knicks are primed and ready to take full advantage of it. Also, you get Mitchell Robinson back, and boy, oh boy, will we go over Mr. Mitchell Robinson here tonight, because we couldn't do it last night against Memphis Grizzlies because he was sitting out the first night of a back-to-back, but he is back here tonight. And so, of course, like I said, we start where we always start, with Mr. Jaylen Brunson. And the captain has been captaining. He's been doing his thing. He's coming out and he's giving the team exactly what they need. I'm going to set my guys up, and I'm going to see who's got it going. Oh, nobody's really got it going right now? That y'all need me to? Okay, let me just come down and score 7 quick points. Knock down a floater, a little mid-range jumper, pull up 3, boom. Damn, there it is. Easy, right? Game's starting to get a little close, right? We had a 28-point lead, is now down to 15. All right, let me just pull away real quick. Boom, give me the ball. Let's get to our spots. Let's run our offense. Boom, quick pass in the corner, open 3. Drive to the basket, floater. Got it. Pull up 3 off the screen. Boom. Right? Hidden, Karl-Anthony Towns rolling to the back. Whatever the team needs, the captain is providing right now. He looks in control of everything. And again, the competition has been great. But like I said, you have to dominate who's on your schedule. You have to dominate the lower class of the league. And the Knicks have absolutely dominated the lower class of the league. It's not like they're just pulling off a couple of these victories and just hanging on by and they're scraping by these wins. No, they're dominating the competition right now. Now, you have a much higher class of competition here tonight against the Orlando Magic, so the Knicks are going to have to show up and dominate. Big Rod said, you dominated my Bulls. I don't know if I would say they dominated them, Big Rod, but they did control majority of that game, and they did obviously end up pulling it out. We get over to Mr. Karl-Anthony Towns. And remember earlier in the year where the whole conversation with Karl-Anthony Towns was, oh no, Karl-Anthony Towns, he's struggling in the offense. He doesn't know what his spot is. Oh no, we should trade him. Oh, we made a mistake. Bring Julius Randle back, who got off to a good start of the year. And look at my man hooping now. Not only are the points per game skyrocketing right now, I believe he's had 20 points in the last 3 or 4 games now during this winning streak. So he is now in above 20 point per game score yet again. Who would have thought that the guy who has a career average at about 24 points per game was going to struggle to the degree that he was struggling to start the year? Oh, it was really just the one bad game against Milwaukee. Way to calm everybody down, Big Karl-Anthony Towns, because not only is the scoring up, rebounding remains the same, the assists are actually up comparatively to where they were last year, and they continue to rise. Turnovers, he's always going to struggle with the turnovers. These are really just despicable offensive fouls that he always are going to pick up. That's just him. That's just him. Chris Baskerville, what's up, Chris? Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? I would actually argue the defense has been solid for Karl-Anthony Towns. Hasn't been great. The Knicks' defense overall, especially last night against the Grizzlies, was not good. But playing against a much higher class of competition here against the Orlando Magic, although they do not have a very good offense, with Mitchell Robinson back, I expect the defense to be very solid here tonight. 3-point shooting on the way up. Karl-Anthony Towns, although he didn't have the greatest of shooting nights the other night, actually it was 3 for 8, so it was actually better than the 34% he's currently shooting it at. And 41.2% from the field is also on the way up. 90% from the foul line, that's just Karl-Anthony Towns being a beast. We get over to OG Anunoby. My man OG. My man was I believe he was 1 for 10 from 3-point range the other night. Not the other night, last night. Literally last night. OG Anunoby was 1 for 10. I'm expecting a big old bounce back game from OG Anunoby, particularly from 3-point range. He got a bunch of open looks, just didn't knock any of them down. He knocked one of them down. He was 1 for 10. The first really poor shooting game from OG Anunoby this year. He's had some middling, not great shooting games, but it was genuinely a very poor shooting game from OG Anunoby last night. 41% from 3-point range before that. So again, I expect them, because the shots are high-quality shots. So I expect OG Anunoby to knock down a lot of the open shots he's going to get here tonight. But even apart from not being able to knock down the threes last night, my man OG Anunoby was driving the ball, getting easy shots at the rim, hustling on defense, getting easy runouts, all of the things we come to expect from OG Anunoby. Anthony M., what's up, Anthony? We get over to Mr. Consistent. Mr. Consistent. I'm retiring Mr. Invisible. He is now known as Mr. Consistent. Mikal Bridges just comes out every night and just gives the Knicks exactly what they need. My man won Defensive Player of the Game last night, Mikal Bridges, and boy, oh boy, was it deserved. The stats are up across the board except for scoring. Scoring slightly down, but that's fine. 5 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game, only 1 turnover, a block, steal and a half. My man is out here hustling defensively, flying around, causing deflections, getting out and running, getting on the fast break, generating easy shots, and not just generating easy shots for himself, generating easy shots for his teammates. This is by far a career high in assists so far this year. Also, the 3-point shooting has been phenomenal. Field goal percentage shooting remains very high for him. He's been on an absolute tear. We get over to Mitchell Robinson, my guy. My favorite player on the team. It's always going to be my favorite player on the team. My man Big Mitch is never not going to be my favorite. Mitchell Robinson, while you look at the counting stats, and you're never going to be blown away. Almost never. But the last 2 games he's played, he was a plus 40 in 16 and a half minutes of action. And in the other game, before that one, he grabbed 9 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes. This is not a normal, impactful player. This is one of the most impactful big men in the NBA. Full stop. Superstar or not. Right? Now, he's never going to hit the impact levels of a SGA and a Jokic and a Wemby and all those guys. Still, when he gets into the game, you have to game plan against him. And if you don't execute that game plan, he can crush your team. That is impact. And that's what Mitchell Robinson has provided so far this year. We get over to Mr. Josh Hart. Josh Hart. Who doesn't love themselves some Hart? My man plays with all hustle, all energy, all heart. Right? He's got this name for a reason. God gifted him with his name for a reason. Josh Hart fully embodies his name. Crim's dad, what's up, Crim's dad? No minutes restriction anymore. I don't know if he was ever really on a minutes restriction. I think they're just being very cautious with him. But Josh Hart, since that first Chicago game where he didn't score, grabbed only 1 rebound, played only 5 minutes in the second half, and was really, really struggling to find himself, and was obviously very distraught on the bench after the game. He had the interview, if you guys have saw it or read it, where he talked about how, like, he's a very emotional guy. He wears his heart on his sleeve. You can tell exactly what he's feeling at any given point during an NBA basketball game because he will show it to you with his body language, his face, his actions, all of it. And so Josh Hart very much has shown, yeah, I'm bought in. He's hustling. He's doing all of the things we've ever asked Josh Hart to do. He's grabbing rebounds. He's driving down to the rim. He's not settling for jump shots, but when the ball swings to him and he's open, he's taking them. And he's knocking them down at an okay rate so far. 35%, perfectly fine. I'm good with that, Josh Hart. He's a 35% three-point shooter this year on average volume. I'm good on that. We're perfectly fine with that. 71% for the foul line. I'd like that to be a little bit higher, Josh, but he'll get there. 44% from the field is solid. It's solid. Paul Dog NYC, what's up, Paul? Appreciate you, brother. It's solid. Everything Josh Hart has been doing as of late has been so incredibly impactful, and it's everything that made us fall in love with Josh Hart to begin with. And I'm so happy to have that version of Josh Hart back where we can get him in 25 to 30-minute bursts and not necessarily in 35 to 40-minute bursts, right? MBM, appreciate you, MBM. Blind Tay, what's up, Tay? We get over to Deuce McBride. And some interesting stats have been flying around about Deuce McBride. He scored 9 points the other night, which was nice, but he's actually playing less minutes so far than he was averaging last year. I do think that eventually as the season goes on, that'll kind of round itself out because he is still one of the more important, impactful players on this team with his point of attack defense and the fact that he can spread it from 3 and how smart of he is as a basketball player in terms of his off-ball movement and the fact, like, he's gotten this nice chemistry with Susan. What's up, Susan? Happy to see you back, Susan. Hope you're doing well. Deuce McBride is developing. There's really nice chemistry with Karl Anthony Towns right now, where as the screener for Towns, McBride and Towns are both kind of understanding if McBride can set a screen a certain way, it'll allow Karl Anthony Towns to not just like run a traditional regular pick and roll, but inverted, obviously with the big handling ball and the guard setting the screen, but allow Karl Anthony Towns to create space, step behind the three-point line, and get open straightaway threes in a half-court set rather than relying on just normal pick and pops with him setting the screen or as the trailer, and finding other avenues for Deuce McBride or finding other avenues for Karl Anthony Towns to generate three-point shots is an incredibly important aspect to Deuce McBride's game. We go over to Jordan Clarkson. And I think the fan base is falling in love with Jordan Clarkson a little bit. Just a little bit. And I got to tell you something. I'm incredibly impressed with Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson came in and we talked about how he's not necessarily campaign 2.0, but because he's a much better basketball player than he is. He's had a much better career than he is, but he is 33 years old at this point. But he was coming off of 5 straight losing seasons, maybe not 5 straight, but about 3 or 4 straight losing seasons with the Utah Jazz. He's a couple of seasons removed now from his 6th Man of the Year award. I believe he won it when he was with the Jazz. But either way, Jordan Clarkson was on a losing team for a really long time and has built up the reputation of being kind of a shot chucker. He's going to come to the game and put up a bunch of shots. Even in preseason, he spoke about how ball's going to hit my hands and I'm going to put it up and my teammates know it, which is, kind of what we picked him up for. Definitely need a little bit of that, and he has, to a degree, provided that. Still at around 9 points per game. That should go up because over the last, I believe, 4 games, he's been in double figures, which is obviously fantastic. Milt Money TV, what's up, Milt Money? We got Heat Nation. Appreciate you, Milt. Appreciate you. I'm sure you're looking for the Orlando Magic to pick up a loss tonight because you're not catching the Knicks in the standings, I'll tell you that. But Jordan Clarkson has been incredibly impactful, and we talked about how as a combo guard on this team, we needed Jordan Clarkson to lean more into his point guard qualities rather than his shooting guard qualities. And I think to start the year, he was leaning more on the shooting guard qualities, but as the season is progressing and he's finding his spot on this team, finding his role on this team, he's now leaning more into the point guard qualities. He's still always going to be able to bucket. He still is always going to be able to get a bucket, to go out there and just score, because that's what he does best. That is his role. But he needs to be smart, play within himself, attack the lane when there's a spot to catch, to attack. Also catch and shoot when the opportunity arises. Don't just chuck up shots. Understanding the value of paint touches, especially for him as a ball handler, who is one of the only ball handlers on the team who could actually take it and go one-on-one and get into the lane. That quality of him is extremely important. I think he's recognizing that and understanding his role in providing that for the Knicks now. No Money said Miami's better than New York. I don't know about that one, brother. We get over to Landry Shamet, who got the start the other night. I was hoping for Deuce McBride, but Landry Shamet was rewarded for his efforts with the start in the starting lineup for Mitchell Robinson, who obviously doesn't play in back-to-backs. But Landry Shamet actually came to the game, and he shut me up. And I like Shamet, and I like what he provided this year. 42% from three-point range is phenomenal for Landry Shamet, but he started the game off extremely hot, ended the night with 9 points, knocked down a couple of threes, especially early to start to give us some momentum. And so I'm extremely happy with what Landry Shamet is providing, because this and defense are the only two things I'm looking for Landry Shamet. I don't care about the field goal percentage. It's below 40. Don't really care because he's not really taking twos. As long as that three-point percentage is hovering around 40, all I really care about. And we're going to get over and end it, obviously, with Mr. Gershon Yabusele. Yabusele. My man Gershon Yabusele is the odd man out. We've talked about this multiple times. He got a lot of minutes last night against the Grizzlies with Mitchell Robinson out. He's pretty much the backup 5 at this point, which I don't love him at the 5. I'd prefer him a little bit more at the 4. Maybe I think him and Towns or him and Robinson would be a much better lineup, more conducive to his skill set. It's really the defense that I think Mike Brown is nervous of having him guard out on the perimeter, but you know. Yabusele is the odd man out. He's not going to garner a lot of minutes, if any minutes, here tonight against the Orlando Magic, but maybe. When the matchup calls for it, I'm sure Yabusele will be ready when Mike Brown calls his name, but I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of Yabusele with Mitchell Robinson available to play for the next couple of games, because the next back-to-back we have, I think, is next month. So we got a good stretch of games here, but we should be seeing Mitchell Robinson on a nightly basis. Now we get over to the Orlando Magic, the team we're going up against here tonight. It is this man's birthday. It is Paulo Banchero's birthday. If you guys didn't see in his little pregame kind of interview stuff, Paulo Banchero talked about how this game was, for obvious reasons, circled on his calendar for a multitude of reasons. 1, it's his birthday. 2, he's playing in New York in Madison Square Garden. 3, the Knicks are the team to beat. It's the Knicks, the Cavs, and maybe the Pistons have inserted themselves into that spot now as well, are the 3 teams to beat in the East. Teams like the Magic, Atlanta, Chicago now, Miami, they're all looking up at those teams like, okay, we got to circle our calendar when those teams come up, and we have to take on those teams. We have to beat those teams, right? And so, with it being Paulo Banchero's birthday, first game in the Garden in a while, having the season they've had to start, this man's going to come out like a man on a mission, and I need OG Anunoby to lock in, because this will obviously be, maybe not obviously, we'll see who he starts off on, because they have 2 power forwards who are extremely, extremely good, who we'll get to, but 23.3 points per game, 9.3 rebounds, 4 assists. The stats look great. Stats look great for Paulo Banchero. 45% from the field, 74% from the foul line. This number right here, 28% from three-point range, is always going to be the issue with Paolo. The other issue with Paolo is that he's really just not an efficient basketball player. Settles for a lot of mid-range shots that he doesn't create a ton of space on, just rises and shoots a lot of contested mid-range shots. when he learns that he's 6'10", 250, and he just starts putting his head down and going to the basket and drawing contact and getting fouls, and he plays more like a Giannis and less like a Carmelo Anthony, you're going to see a lot better version of Paulo Banchero. But as for right now, he's still learning. Still learning. It's obviously early, but Banchero's poor shot selection is still hurting his team's overall offensive efficiency. The more times Paulo Banchero settles for a mid-range contested fall-away jumper, the less times we're going to have to worry about Desmond Bane running around for trying to get open for three. Hip-hop, what's up, hip-hop? Let's make it 8-0 at home. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Knicks will be 2026 champs. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. Niall Dimitri, what's up, Niall? Happy to see you. The other all-star quality power forward on this team is Franz Wagner, who's going to get the start of small forward. But they're both 6'10". Franz is 220. 22.6 points per game. These are the two engines of this team, although a lot of people, me included, would probably say that Franz Wagner is a better engine to the Orlando Magic than Paulo Banchero is, just because he's a better ball handler, better out of creating out of the pick and roll, both as a screener and also, more importantly, as a ball handler. But 22.6 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, with him having to share a lot of ball handling responsibilities with not just Paulo Banchero so far, but also Jaylen Suggs, who's now returned from injury, and now Desmond Bane, who's been added to this team. The assist numbers are significantly down. The usage is a little bit down. 1.3 steals, 0.3 blocks, almost 2 turnovers a game. 43% from three-point range is nice, but it is on low volume. And with Paulo Banchero doing a lot of the ball handling in the mid-post, you're really using Franz Wagner as a spacer, and that's not really what you want to use Franz Wagner for, right? Need the ball in his hands to get it downhill. Wagner has it all. Decent decision maker, excellent driver and finisher, solid defensively. The jump shot looks better. Will it last for the season, right? Will the three-point shooting last for the season for Franz Wagner? Will always be the question throughout his career. We get over to Jaylen Suggs, and my brother, it's time. It is time. Drop the top. You can't be walking around like this. You're a multimillionaire, professional athlete. You cannot be walking around like this, my man. Drop the top. Cut it off. It's done. It's over. Get it out of here. I'm trying. I don't mean to put you on blast like this, but you got to cut it off like you're Alex Caruso. It's gone. It's gone. Don't go the Jaylen Brown route, although it is hilarious what Jaylen Brown's been doing. Get it out of here. You can't sit in front of a group of people looking like this. Cut it off. Cut it. You're a professional athlete. The thing that gets me about this, he's clearly gotten a fresh cut. It's faded on the side. He's got a fade, which means he went to the barber and he said, hook me up. He's got a straight line here, which means he went to the barber and said, hook me up, and the barber obliged. The barber should be fired. Revoke his barber license. You can't have a man walk in and say, hook me up. I would be like, brother, I can't hook that up. I got to shave it off for you. Come on, man. Cut it off. Cut it off. I spent so much time ranting about your hairline that I didn't even really get to your stats so far this year. 10 points per game, 3.4 rebounds, 4.4 assists. He's working his way back from injury. Started the year on a minutes restriction, although Mike said it's thinner than Sheffy's beard. Come on, dog. Come on. I keep my beard shaved. I keep my beard shaved. But Jaylen Suggs is working his way back from injury. 35% from three-point range, 54.5% from the field, 89% from the foul line. It's good. It's solid. But you need to see more. Also, the defensive playmaking is not entirely there for Jaylen Suggs right now as he's working his way back from injury. He's also, again, having to learn, again, how to share the ball with Paolo, with Franz, with now Desmond Bane, because he used to be the third guy, and then one of those guys got hurt, and then he became the second guy, and then that guy got hurt, and he became the number one guy on the Orlando Magic team last year before he ultimately went down with injury. So now, Jaylen Suggs is having to readjust as the fourth guy on this team, which is a big adjustment. Also, coming back off a minutes restriction is not conducive to a good start to the season for Jaylen Suggs. It hasn't been bad, but he's got a lot to work on as the season goes on. Hip-Hop said, I'm expecting a monster game from Brunson and Towns tonight. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. We get over to Desmond Bane, and boy, has Desmond Bane been struggling, right? A lot of people are pointing the fingers as to whose fault it is. Is it Desmond Bane's fault? He gets a share of the pie. Is it Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner's fault, as they're the two engines of the team, and they should be creating more shots for Desmond Bane? It is also a little bit of their fault as well. A lot of people pointing the finger at the head coach, Jamal Mosley. Is it his fault? And I think yeah, you could probably say a large chunk of it is a little bit his fault. He should be creating more open looks for Desmond Bane. He did recently have a game where he took one 3-point attempt in a game. This guy who, as a career, I think is like a 41% 3-point shooter at extremely high volume. Over like 8 a game, he's been sure as 7 or 8 a game, something like that, last couple of years for Desmond Bane from 3-point range. And yet this year, having a career low in 3-point attempts, even less than his rookie season where he wasn't a starter. 14.6 points per game last year. The percentages are horrendous. Under 28% from 3-point range, 26% from 3-point range right now is just absolutely horrendous. It'll obviously even out because he's too good of a shooter to shoot this poor of a percentage. But as of right now, Desmond Bane is still trying to find his way here in Orlando. We get over to Wendell Carter Jr., and he's kind of the forgotten fifth man of this team, the starting center, the guy who's supposed to be the backbone of their defense. Hasn't been great. Hasn't been very good. Wendell Carter Jr. has been solid. He's been okay, but he hasn't been great, and I wouldn't even necessarily say he's been good. 11.3 points, 8.7 rebounds, 1.4 assists. He does his job. He's serviceable. Almost a block a game, just under a steal a game. 51% from the field, 69% from the foul line, 56% from three. This is the thing with Wendell Carter Jr. If he wants to continue to stay a starting center in the NBA, you have to be able to knock down the three. If you're not a big rim-running big who could also protect the rim at a high level. He's only 6'10", he's a little undersized for a center, so he's going to have to be able to step out to the three-point line and knock down a three. Now, he's done it on pretty low volume, middling volume for him so far this season, but they're going to need a lot more to Wendell Carter Jr. if they want to go far in the Eastern Conference this year. Get over to Anthony Black, and similar to a lot of players on the Magic, just not shooting the ball well. This is one of the worst offenses in the league in the Magic. 12.3 points per game. He's still driving and kind of finishing pretty solidly, but they drafted him kind of as a combo guard, and he hasn't really realized that potential yet. It's still extremely young, Anthony Black, but coming off the bench and has been okay. Just hasn't been what they wanted to see. He hasn't taken the leap also this year that I think a lot of Magic fans and a lot of people within the Magic organization wanted to see from him. It's kind of just been solid, which isn't good enough, right? Which isn't good enough as a 6'7" combo guard. Mo Wagner's still out with an injury. He should be back at some point this season, but as of right now, Goga Batadze is filling in for Mo Wagner. We get over to Tristan da Silva, who has probably been their most consistent player, especially off the bench, but one of the most consistent players, period, Tristan da Silva. He comes in off the bench, he's going to give you double figures in scoring on a nightly basis. He's done it in almost every game so far this year, 44% from the field, 88% from the foul line, 35.5% from three-point range. He's just good. He's solid, young player, still continuing to grow, 6'8" wing off the bench. He's giving them exactly what you were hoping Tristan da Silva would give you off the bench on a consistent basis. It's everybody else who needs to step their game up around him now. And that's going to wrap it up right there. You're going to see a lot more players play for the Magic. The issue is they're not necessarily part of their normal rotation. Guys like Jonathan Isaac are constantly in and out of the rotation, in and out of the lineup with injury or whatever the case may be. And a lot of bad middling games from the Magic bench, one of the worst benches in the league right now. Lana Mona said, let's go. Knicks keep the streak going. Absolutely. It would be phenomenal if in the 5 years Tom Thibodeau was here, I think he had a 9-game winning streak 3 or 4 times here as the Knicks coach. It would be phenomenal if in Mike Brown's first 20 games of taking over this Knicks team, he immediately gets us to a 10-game winning streak. Now, I will say this, the Knicks have had a very favorable schedule to start the year. Starting the year with a 7-game homestand is not normal. It is, I believe, the longest homestand the Knicks have had in their history, or ties the longest homestand they've had in their history. So, the Knicks are doing a great job of taking advantage of it and going undefeated at home so far, which is exactly what you need to do, and hopefully they continue it here tonight. But they've had a pretty favorable schedule in terms of travel. They haven't had to travel. They've been home, able to practice, and it's really, really benefited them in order to get more accustomed to this new offense. Stay Yes. What's up, Stay Yes? We're back with another game and another parlay. Let's win. Sup, Sheffy? What's up, Stay Yes? Rooting for you, brother. Rooting for you. Hip Hop said the Magic have too many players who do similar things. The pieces don't really fit. I don't think Franz and Paolo work together. Not an unpopular opinion, Hip Hop. I've seen a lot of people start to come to that conclusion and start to say, well, the Magic are going to eventually have to choose, right? Magic are going to eventually have to choose. Now, I will say, a lot of people used to say that about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Two similar positions, similar playing types between Tatum and Brown, but ultimately Jason Tatum took that next step up to superstardom and kind of took the leader of the team mantle away and ran away with it. So I think they don't necessarily have to make that decision right now for the Orlando Magic and just continue to see what these guys can do growing together. But at some point, if one of those guys doesn't take that superstar leap and elevate themselves over the other guy to clearly create a 1 and 2 option dichotomy, they're going to have to choose. They're going to have to choose at some point, but not now. MB said Jaylen Brunson off to his best start for first 10 games. Yeah, he usually starts the season pretty slow. And he did start off the year pretty slow, but it only lasted a couple of games, a handful of games, before he really started to get it going. Chris Baskerville said, I get hyped when Mitch is in the lineup. Me too, Chris. Me too. Favorite player on the team. Most exciting player to watch on the team. Very exciting. Chris Baskerville said, I need 6. Clarkson, 6 points. Hart, 4 rebounds. Mitch, 1 block. I think you're pretty safe on that one, Chris. It's a good line. Those are good lines. Katie said they also had less games and some easy teams. Yes. Yes, they had that weird, like, three days off stretch there in the middle of their homestand. And they've also had Washington. Memphis is in turmoil, so I'll throw Memphis in there. And they had Brooklyn come to MSG already. So some easy teams to start. 7-game homestand, all of them at home. Having the opportunity to practice in between these games because you have a long homestand here has been super beneficial for the Knicks to really get into a groove and learn this offense at a rapid pace. It's kind of an extended training camp a little bit. King Free, what's up, King Free? I need another win, 130 plus a game. We'll see, man. We'll see. The Magic defense, they're not bad. They haven't been good either. They've been almost smack dab in the middle, an average defense. And an average defense against this Knicks offense is probably not a good mix. Hip Hop said they already extended Paolo, so he's not going anywhere. It'll be Franz who goes. I don't know. If I had to choose, I'd probably choose Franz and trade Paolo. If I had to choose. I like Paolo more as the engine of this team, more so than Paolo. Like Franz more as an engine of this team, more so than Paolo. Stay yes said, only thing I'm worried about, Mitch 10 points, Hart 10 points, everything else I got should be free. Mitch 10 points is a risky one. It is a risky one, Stay. Isaiah Gardner said Magic still need shooting and spacing. It's easy to guard Paolo in the paint, pack it up like how the Hawks beat them. It's easy to pack the paint on Paolo because he doesn't explode to the rim at all. He very much methodically works his way to the mid-range and then falls away and settles for a fall-away jumper every time. There's also very little movement. A lot of one-on-one play for the Orlando Magic, so it's very easy to pack the paint. And then when he looks to swing the ball out to somebody, it's very easy to close out. Right? There's no way you have Desmond Bane in your team and you don't draw up plays to get Desmond Bane open off of movement. There's no way. No way. A lot of that is on the coach as well. 40-point first quarter, Chris? We'll see. We'll see. AP, what's up, AP? Division opponent, we need this one for sure. Definitely. Lana Monis wants to see the lead kept when we have it. Anthony J&T, what's up, Anthony? We'll be first in the East by 6 games. By the All-Star break, 6 games is a lot of games. I mean, Cleveland's right there, still playing well. Right? Daniel Tilson, what's up, Daniel? Stay yes, said Mitch got his rest, now it's time to show out. I hope so. But Mitchell Robinson showing out doesn't always show up on the box scores, though. Just an incredible rim protector. Doesn't always get the block shots, but he is protecting the rim. Right? He does a lot of it with rebounding. AP said we got to start distancing ourselves. We are 10 games into the season, AP. We don't have to start distancing ourselves. We just have to continue to play well. The Knicks aren't even first in the East yet. You're talking about distancing ourselves. But we take it one step at a time. Don't skip steps in the process. That's how you trip yourself up. Couple of interesting games on the docket here tonight. Bucks Hornets with no Giannis. Bucks in at 7-4. Will they be able to pull it off without Giannis? I mean, we've seen them do it before. Joe, Relic of the Soul. What's up, Relic? It was a great win over a good team. Which game was that? Wasn't the Grizzlies team. The Bulls team? Yeah. The Minnesota win? Yeah. Those two teams. Bulls Pistons tonight. Bulls are without, what's his name? Josh Giddey. But the Pistons are without their entire starting five. They're without their entire starting five. So the Pistons pretty likely to lose tonight. Obviously, we have Magic Knicks. Grizzlies Celtics. Okay, at Boston. Grizzlies remain on the road. That's another tough game for the Grizzlies. We'll see if maybe they can bounce back, take out some frustrations out on the Celtics. Would be nice. You got Cavs Heat again, a rematch of the Cavs versus the Heat. That was an incredibly fun game the other night. We'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on this one as well. We get Wizards Rockets, not a good game. Blazers Pelicans, not a good game. Warriors Spurs, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting game right there. Suns Mavericks. Okay, Suns are 6-5. They're doing a little bit better than I thought they would. Lakers Thunder. That's an interesting game. See how the Lakers match up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The last time we saw Luka Doncic go up against the Thunder, did not go well. Was that one? No, it was the other way. It was the other way around. Luka eliminated the Thunder the last time they met in the playoffs. Chris Basketball said Cavs banged up tonight. Are they really? I did see here, you could see they have players to watch. If they don't have like Donovan Mitchell up there, then he's probably not playing tonight, so that's unfortunate for the Cavs. But the Heat are without Hero and Bam. Yeah, they still picked up that win the other night. Joe said the Knicks are a great team over themselves, which is always a good team. They're dangerous, and the league knows. The league does know. The league does know. The late games, Lakers Thunder, Hawks Kings, Nuggets Clippers. You guys know I don't care about the Clippers. But here we go. We're getting ready for the tip-off. Suggs, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Franz Wagner, Paulo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. KCP? It's not KCP. Wow, they messed up the starting lineup. KCP is on the Grizzlies. The MSG broadcast messed it up. It's Desmond Bane who's in the starting lineup, not KCP. So here we go. Let's get it started. Getting ready for the tip-off. Set ourselves up. There we go. And here we are. Mitchell Robinson, of course, in the starting lineup as usual when he is healthy. He starts, because of course. Franz Wagner wearing the mask. What happened to Franz? Isaiah Garner said, like, how is Melo hurt all of a sudden? He's always hurt. Never healthy. He's got messed up ankles. He's got to hit up Steph Curry and say, man, what you got to do about these ankles? The Orlando Magic win the tip. And the Magic will bring it down. Wagner has it up top. Hands it off to Bane. Bane gets it over to Suggs. Back to Bane. Suggs has something like around his neck. It's weird. They get it over to Carter Jr. Out to Suggs, the left wing three. They're going to dare him to shoot. He's going to oblige, but he's going to miss it. Robinson with the rebound. Here comes Jaylen Brunson. Come on, Knicks. Brunson up top being guarded by Suggs. Does Suggs have his headband around his neck? What is going on? What is Suggs doing? Brunson has it up top. They get it over to Towns on the left wing, being guarded by Banchero. Gets it back to Brunson, coming to his left. Hesitation move. Stop, turn, spin. Coming to his right. Stop, spins to his left. Now down the lane, scoops late with the left hand. Got it to go. I mean, just split the defense. Got it to go against the good defense of Suggs. Didn't matter. What is going on with Suggs' neck? Does he have his headband around his neck? I don't understand. Banchero being guarded by Robinson. They get it out to Wendell Carter Jr. for a left corner three. Too strong, can't get it to go. Brunson boxes out Franz Wagner, picks up the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Hesitation move, goes right into the defense. Tries to kick it over to Anunoby and stolen by Suggs. Hit ahead to Wagner, 1-on-1 against Towns. Leaves it off back for Suggs for the easy scoop layup with the right hand. Not a good pass from Jaylen Brunson. An easy layup for the Magic as they take advantage. Jay Hazy said, did Mitch take a three? He did not take a three. At least not yet. Maybe you guys are telling the future on me. But Bridges coming to his left off a Robinson screen, driving it down in the paint, stops, turns, spins. He's got nowhere to go. Gets it out to Towns, left corner. Quick catch and fire out of the three. Comes up short, can't get it to go. He hit the floor, trying to draw the foul on Banchero, but they shovel it over to Suggs. Now over to Banchero in the lane. Goes up against Bridges. Gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark said he got a cold neck, cold out in New York City tonight. Give me a close-up of Jaylen Suggs so I can evaluate what's going on with this man's neck. What? Does he have his headband just wrapped around his neck? We're tied at 2 here. He does. Now he's going to put his headband on his head. Wait. What was that? What was that about? Now he takes his headband off and puts it on his head. MB said broken nose last night? Unfortunate. Banchero knocked down the first one. Knocks down the second one. And here comes Jaylen Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson against Suggs. Suggs with his corrected headband on. Coming to his right off a Robinson screen, now coming to his left off a re-screen. Gets to the mid-range, puts up the little floater, can't get it to go, but that's because he got fouled by Jaylen Suggs. Got his hand caught in the cookie jar, and Brunson will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Now knock down your free throws, JB. A little bit of a foul fest to start. Banchero with 2, now Brunson with 2. Mark said he's a dork. Yeah, a little bit. Hey, Hazy said that's dangerous, Suggs. It is kind of dangerous. It is a little bit. Isaiah Garner said Jaylen Suggs needs to just go bald, give it up. Yeah, man. Listen. He's a millionaire. So either go bald or go fly to Turkey. But don't just sit there with that thing on your top of your head and pretend like everything's fine. It's not fine. Whatever he's got going on, it's not fine. It's not okay. Big Red said I thought he was hiding a hickey. Well, man, he's too old to be trying to hide a hickey. If you got a hickey, it is what it is, brother. Childish, but it is what it is. Brunson knocks down both of his free throws. Thank you for knocking down your free throws. Suggs gets it over to Wagner. Wagner up top being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left off a Bane screen. Scoops down the lane. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. And they call a foul. On Anunoby? On somebody. Towns? Camera's panning over to Towns. Mitchell Robinson they call the foul on. That's not good. So Franz Wagner's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Justice's dad. What's up, Justice's dad? Bane got a tongue lashing from the Hawks play-by-play. From the Hawks play-by-play guy after his flagrant a few games ago. I mean, it was dirty. Lawrence Capitan. What's up, Lawrence? Happy to see you, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you. Oh, they got Mitchell Robinson with a little reach there. Very, very ticky-tack game so far. They're calling it extremely close right now. Franz Wagner knocked down both free throws. Brunson bringing it down, coming to his left. Off a Robinson screen, now coming to his right, middle of the lane. Tries to put up a floater, gets blocked by Banchero. Knicks not moving the ball a whole lot so far to start the game. Offense a little sluggish. Desmond Bane down the lane, blows past the defense, gets the scoop layup with the right hand, got it to go. And it's a 8-4 start. Already a timeout for the Knicks. And right now the Knicks are playing the Orlando Magic game. Very slow paced, very methodical, and you don't want to do that. You want to speed the Magic up as much as possible. Hip Hop said Brunson is forcing things a little to start the game. He's not really forcing it because he's getting into the lane constantly. But you don't really need to do that. We just move the ball around. We could generate open looks for everybody, and not just Brunson. Maybe that is forcing it. I don't know. Lauren said, who do you think is going to win tonight? The Knicks. The Knicks. Always the Knicks, brother. Always the Knicks. I'm always going to say the Knicks. You said it's the spray-on hair scarf catcher. Not the spray-on. Not the spray-on hair. Come on, Susan. Not the spray-on hair for Jaylen Suggs. He's not Jaylen Brown, I'll tell you that. At least he's not spraying it on like Jaylen Brown. Although Jaylen Brown does have he can laugh at himself. Does have a good nature about it. MB said, don't forget to hit the like on the stream. Appreciate you, MB. Yeah, if you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead and leave a like. Lawrence said, nice outfit, man. Appreciate you, Lawrence. Appreciate you. We try to have fun. We try to have fun every night with what we wear. Might as well do it. Also, a little homage to Clyde Frazier. Love to throw on a wacky shirt with a crazy tie. Anthony G&T said this is a dangerous team to play the second half of the back-to-back. They're a solid team. Solid. Right now they're average. They got off to a slow start. The Knicks, on the second night of a back-to-back, but you are home. You are home. You didn't have to do any travel. Nothing. So, and Mitchell Robinson should be ready to go. AB said, correction, not a division game. I forgot Orlando is not the Atlantic Division anymore. Yep. The Atlantic Division is Knicks, Nets, Boston, Philly, and Toronto. They're in the Southwest, not Southwest, Southeast Division. NBM said we need the challenge. We do need the challenge. We've had some soft spots in the schedule so far to start the year. Kenny McLeod, what's up, Kenny? Happy to see you. David Osh Jr. said, not liking the energy so far. A lot of Brunson ISO. Yeah, I want to see some more ball movement, for sure. For sure want to see some more ball movement. Shot Collins, what's up, Shot Collins? MBM said, JB not passing. Let's see how the game continues to go. Brunson with 6 early points, or 4 early points. Brunson bringing it down now against Suggs. We not have Brunson bringing it down against full court Suggs pressure. We don't got to do that. Get it over to Anunoby, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Driving it down, over to Anunoby. Catches it on the run, coming down the lane. Stops, turns, pump fake, pivots, gets it out to Brunson. Brunson catches, pump fakes, blows by Suggs. In the middle of the lane, leans in, throws up the floater. Got it to go. That's much better ball movement there. Brunson gets the easy layup out of it. Suggs has it on the right wing up top to Bane. Bane being guarded by Brunson. Coming to his left, driving it down. Scoop play with the left hand. Got it to go. Right past the Knicks defense. Late defense from the Knicks there. Defense continues to be a bit of an issue so far. Bridges has it up top. Being guarded by Bane. Hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby driving it down to his left. Gets pickpocketed by Franz, but they call a foul on Franz. The Knicks catch a bit of a break there. Looked like a clean steal for Franz Wagner. But he's going to get hit with the foul. Chris Bashfield said, put in Clarkson so he could hit my ticket. Clarkson usually comes in to start the second quarter. So we're likely not to see him in this first quarter, but you never know. He's been playing so well. Maybe Mike Brown might slide him in there a little bit earlier. Jamal Mosley and the Orlando Magic are going to use their challenge here, it looks like. Landry Shamet has subbed in for Mitchell Robinson. And it looks like a clean strip to me. Can these officials take the whistles out of their mouths and just let these guys play basketball? Can we do that? I don't like that OG Anunoby got stripped by Franz Wagner, but that's not a foul. Stop calling this game so close. Everybody in the chat trying to remind everybody, to hit the like button. If you're in the stream so far enjoying the show, please go ahead, leave a like. It is more than anything else you can do the best way to show support, and I'd very much appreciate y'all. Thank you. I like shoes. What's up, I like shoes? How you doing, brother? Robin Troll, what's up, Robin? Chris Basketball said the Pistons' no-name starters are hooping. Oh, brother, we're gonna have to go through the box scores. We could actually just take a quick peek. Tied at 23, Bucks Hornets with no Giannis. Bulls Pistons. Bulls down by 10. They are without Josh Giddey, their main engine, obviously. And the other games have yet to start. They start at 7:30, so likely we'll get a 7:40 tip-off time for those games. I like Shoe said, I hope we can get this win. This is a tough matchup. This is a pretty tough matchup. This is a good test for the New York Knicks. They knew this was coming. They knew they had some easier games on the schedule. Hopefully, it didn't soften them up, and they're ready to go here tonight. So far, a little bit of an uneven start to the game. So far. My man Joe said this game is crawling today. That is the Orlando Magic. That's why the Orlando Magic, as of right now, are on my ban list. I got a little list of teams that I'm going to try to avoid to cover. The Orlando Magic are one of them. Keep them away from me. They play a very slow, methodical, boring brand of basketball. It can be effective. That does not mean it's entertaining. So as of right now, here early in the year, probably majority of the year, I'm going to stay away from Orlando Magic games if I can. A successful challenge for the Orlando Magic. Hopefully this allows the officials to let the players play a little bit. These guys have been blowing the whistles all night long already. Lana Mona said, Knicks, please don't disappoint Susan. It would. I'd be disappointed as well. It would be very disappointing if the game continues the way it's going so far. Franz Wagner has it up top, being guarded by Shamet. This is not a good matchup. He's too small. Shamet Wagner stops, turns, spins. Foul line jumper got it to go. Little fall away jumper over Shamet. And it's 12-6. 8:30 to go. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson coming to his right up the town screen, driving it down in the lane, stops, turns, hands it off to Anunoby. He steps behind the three-point line, puts up the left corner three, can't get it to go. Desmond Bane with the rebound. He's going to push it the other way. Bane has it up top, attacking to his left. Step back, pump fakes, up top to Carter Jr., now over to Banchero. Banchero driving to his left. Step back, pump fakes, leans in, cross court to Wagner. Wagner being guarded by Brunson. Going to take Brunson one-on-one. Has him in the post, backing him down, crosses over. Still has it in the post, still backing him down. Great team defense. They swing it out. Desmond Bane wide open left corner three. That's the one guy you don't leave open, Landry Shamet. That's the one guy you don't leave open, brother. 15-6, a 9-point deficit for the Knicks to start. Under 8 minutes to go. Brunson has it up top. Brunson over to Anunoby. Jab step. Anunoby jab step again. Now driving to his left in the lane. Kicks it over to nobody. And the Knicks just standing around. Just poor player movement so far from everybody. Franz Wagner up top the Bane. He's going to quickly look to attack. Down the lane. Throws up the floater. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Fight for the loose ball. Out of bounds. He's going to stay with the Magic. It's a great pass from Wagner. That's a really poor closeout from Landry Shamet there. They get it into Carter Jr. Now over to Wagner. Wagner gets it out. Jaylen Suggs wide open right wing three as Jaylen Brunson fell down. He misses it. Towns with the rebound. Knicks catching a little bit of a break off some missed open threes from Suggs so far. Brunson driving to his left. Fakes the handoff. Drives it down. Draws the foul. He's going to go back to the foul line for 2 free throws, I believe. I think they're going to give it to him. But we'll see. Might be side out of bounds. I think it's side out of bounds. Brunson looks very annoyed with the official so far. They get it over to Towns. Towns has it up top off the inbounds. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Banchero. Brunson coming to his left. Carter Jr. switches onto him. Crosses over down the lane in the paint. Pump fake. Steps through. Out to Shamet. Wide open right corner three. Give it right back. Way to give the three-point shot right back, Landry Shamet. Great pass from Jaylen Brunson. Breaking down the defense, getting into the paint, kicking it out to Shamet. They get it into Wagner in the post against Shamet. He's too small for him. Throws up a little contested floater. Can't get it to go. Towns rips away a rebound. Gets it out to Shamet. And the Knicks are pushing it the other way. Shamet has it on the right wing. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges over to Towns. Towns. Nice back feed inside back. The Bridges gets chased down, blocked by Wagner. Great block from Wagner. Now here comes Banchero. He loses the handle on it. Towns picks it up. Quickly gets it out to Brunson. Knicks are quickly pushing it the other way. Brunson putting his head down, attacking. Bump floater in the lane. Too strong, can't get it to go. Banchero knocks the rebound over to Carter Jr. over to Bane. Bane cross score over to Suggs. He's going to pull up for three on the right wing. Comes up short, can't get it to go. 0 for 3 from three-point range for Suggs as he continues to get him up there. They're all open looks. He's going to have to knock those down. Brunson bringing it to his left. Has it on the left wing, hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby over to Towns. Towns in the high post, being guarded by Wendell Carter Jr. in the lane, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet driving to his left, kicks it back over to Towns, steps behind the three-point line, trying to drive to his left on Wendell Carter Jr., leans in, fall-away jumper, gets it to go, no foul call, nothing. No block, no charge, no nothing as Carter Jr. fell to the floor. Towns knocked down the little mid-range foul line jumper anyway. Desmond Bane has it on the right wing, being guarded by Shamet, coming to his left off a Carter Jr. screen. They get it over to Banchero. Banchero being guarded by Bridges. Banchero. Now he's going to have it in the post. Spin to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Bridges. In and out, can't get it to go as he continues to settle for those. I'd love for him to settle all night long for those. Bridges bringing it down. Crosses over to his left. Middle of the lane. Low fall-away jumper over him. And he gets it to go. His go-to shot. One mid-range jumper for him. He said, let me show you how to do it real quick, Paolo. You got to build some momentum, step back, and get it up. Now it's back to a 2-point game. A 7-0 run for the New York Knicks here. Game starting to pick up some pace. Wagner coming to his right off a Carter Jr. screen. Being guarded by Shamet. Now coming to his left. Wagner in the lane, cross-court, out to Bane. Bane quickly catches and fires out of the right corner, can't get it to go. Bridges with the rebound. And now he'll bring it down the other way, putting his head down, attacking in the lane, kicks it out to Shamet. Shamet quickly fires the right wing three, can't get it to go. No foul call as he hit the floor. Brunson able to sneak the offensive rebound away, shovels it over to Shamet, another corner three. He can't get that one to go either. Here comes Jaylen Suggs off the rebound for the Magic. Suggs shovels it over to Banchero. Banchero up top, swing through to his right, going at Bridges. Gets blocked by Anunoby, but the ball finds its way right to Wendell Carter Jr., who lays it up and in. Brunson has it on the left wing. Coming to his right off a Town screen. Now coming to his left, spins back to his right in the paint. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but a foul on Jaylen Suggs. It's going to send Brunson back to the foul line for two. And I think Jaylen Brunson has been working hard to get Jaylen Suggs out of the game right now. Bo, what's up, Bo? You're not going to get me to say that last name, brother. Do you think the Knicks can make a statement by staying within 20 of the Magic? Oh, boy, would I love for the Knicks to take down the Magic today. Just for you, Bo. Just for you. Mark said Shams was fouled on that first one. That first three he took earlier in the game. Not the first one, but I know what you mean. He took two in a row there. He was fouled in that first one. Probably. The refs so far have been so inconsistent with what they've been calling. Brunson knocked down the first free throw. Got one more coming. 17-14, 4:30 to go. Brunson knocks it down, and the Magic have it the other way. Tyus Jones gets it into Banchero. Banchero, right wing, up top. Anthony Black dancing with it against Brunson. Coming to his left. Gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Tristan Da Silva, being guarded by Bridges. Down the lane, kicks it over to Anthony Black, left corner three. Not known for his three-point shooting so far this year, but he gets that one to go down. 20-15. Josh Hart driving it down the other way. Tries to get it over to Landry Shamet. Good defense from Tyus Jones. Gets his hands in the passing lane, and he picks it off. To get it over to Banchero, middle of the lane, being guarded by Hart. Pulls it back out, dancing with it. In the corner to Tyus Jones. Catches, pump fakes, driving it in. Gets caught in the air, puts up the floater. Can't get the friendly bounce off the front of the rim as it falls off. Towns with the rebound. Here comes Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the left wing up top to Towns. Towns dancing with it against Bataze. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges coming to his left off the Town screen. Stops, step back, over the top pass to Towns. And Towns mistimes the jump. He does save it. Brunson able to corral it. And then gets pushed by Anthony Black. And they get another foul on the Magic there. 3:30 to go. Bridges with a nice lob pass over the top pass as he drew two defenders inside the Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns mistimed his jump and couldn't get to the pass. He did a great job of hustling and saving the pass. But Towns will come out now. Brunson in. Mitchell Robinson in. They get it into Shamet. Shamet hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left off a Robinson screen. Free. Pull up three for JB. Knock me down, Jaylen Brunson. There you go. Here comes Tyus Jones, bringing it down the other way. Tyus Jones up top, being guarded by Shamet, coming to his left off a Banchero screen. Up top to Banchero, catches, jab step, pump fake. Josh Hart guarding him, trying to drive to his right to the rim. Goes up off glass, can't get it to go. Bataze with the offensive rebound as Robinson went to contest. Can't get the three to go from Anthony Black out of the right corner on the relocation. Quick ahead to Shamet. Shamet on the right wing, up top to Brunson. Brunson, cross court over to Josh Hart, left wing. Driving down in the lane, stops, pump fakes, gets tied up. Gets loose, tries to feed it off inside to Bridges. They mishandle it. And here comes Tyus Jones bringing it down the other way. Gets chased down, blocked by Josh Hart. Rebound all the way out to Black. Back to Tyus Jones. Knicks do a great job of getting back on defense. Great hustle there. Black driving to his left. Gets cut off by Mitchell Robinson. Over to Banchero. Cross court to Silva. That's a guy who can hit a three. And he knocks it down right there. Knicks got to close out. And only a couple of guys on this Magic team. And De Silva's one of them. Knicks lost track of him. Brunson bringing it down. Coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Pass fake, got nowhere to go. Gets it out to Bridges. Good denial defense from the Magic so far tonight. Bridges up top to get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart being guarded by Banchero. Coming to his left, Bataze switches onto him. Josh Hart's going to dance with it. Fakes the handoff to Shaman. Now they get it over to Shaman, and they call an offensive foul on Josh Hart as Tyus Jones makes sure he runs into him to draw that foul on him. So now the Magic will bring it down the other way. They're holding a 5-point lead right now. The Knicks with 6 turnovers to the Orlando Magic's 1. Knicks not doing a good job of causing turnovers so far. Anthony Black up top. They get it over to Banchero. Coming to his right off a Tyus Jones screen. Trying to involve Brunson on the action. Banchero 1-on-1 against Brunson. Stops, turns, spins in the lane. Leaves it off to Bataze. Great pass from him. Bataze mishandles it. Gets fouled by Mitchell Robinson, gets the layup to go, and one off of a helter-skelter play there where he mishandled the pass. A lot of Knicks flying around trying to grab at it. Bataze finally able to corral it and then able to hit the pump fake on Robinson, go up and get the bucket and the foul. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Anthony GNT said this looks like a big body Brunson type of game. I hate the nickname Big Body Brunson. That's a terrible nickname. Terrible. Jonathan Isaac subs in. Bataze knocks down the first free throw. And McBride checks in. Brunson bringing it down. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, OG Anunoby, and Mitchell Robinson. Brunson coming to his left, stops, turns, spins. Now coming to his right, driving it down, has it at the foul line. Little pull-up mid-range shot. In and out, can't get it to go. Josh Hart snags the rebound. Cross-court out the Brunson. It gets knocked out of bounds by Tristan De Silva. 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. Knicks with only 18 first-quarter points. The Magic have done a great job of slowing this Knicks team down to a screeching halt here. They get it into McBride. McBride gets it out to Anunoby. A right corner three. Comes up short. Robinson, the offensive rebound. Kicks it back out to Anunoby. Anunoby on the right wing. Being guarded by Isaac. It's not the guy I'd look to attack. Gets fouled by Jonathan Isaac going to the basket. 2 free throws for OG Anunoby. There we go. Hip Hop said our shot selection has been bad in this quarter. I think they're part. Yes, you're right about that. I think part of that, the reasoning for that, is their player movement has been just a step slow. It's a good test on the second night of a back-to-back. You got to be able to have that conditioning to keep that movement going. Kay Hazy said they better pick it up in the second. I think they'll pick it up as the game goes on. They get much more comfortable running their stuff against this defense right now. They've already gotten better as the quarter's gone on. 26-20 as Anunoby knocked down both free throws. little over a minute to go. Tyus Jones bringing it down against McBride. You get over to De Silva. De Silva being guarded by Anunoby. You get it over to Black, coming to his right. Inside the Banchero, the foul line. Extra pass, Jonathan Isaac. They're going to live with Isaac threes there, and he misses it. Robinson snags the defensive board. Good rebound from him. Here comes Deuce McBride, quickly trying to push the other way. McBride up top. Spots up for a straightaway three. Line me up. Deuce McBride with a big old three off the bench. Pushing the pace. That's why you need Deuce McBride out there instead of Landry Shamet, especially tonight. You need McBride's ball handling and point guard capabilities that he's shown so far this year. Knows we need to play faster and picking up the pace. Tyus Jones coming to his right, pulls it back out, up top to De Silva. De Silva calling for a screen, so he gets it over back to Jones. Jones, cross court over to Isaac, pump fakes, driving along the right baseline, draws the foul on Josh Hart. Foul on the floor, side out of bounds for the Magic. No, they're in the bonus, so 2 free throws for Jonathan Isaac here anyway. The dog catcher, what's up, dog catcher? Joe said stream elements with the number 3 spot. Means y'all just got to work harder. Y'all getting beat by the automatic bot. You just got to play. You just got to chat harder. Susan said Coach Brown will make adjustments accordingly. He should. Hopefully the players follow through. Just that said Isaac a bricklayer or something left that side wide open. They're just going to dare him to shoot. They're just going to absolutely say, go ahead, Jonathan Isaac. Keep shooting those threes. Isaac knocks down both of those free throws. And Brunson will bring it down against Anthony Black. 25 seconds to go. Brunson winding down the time, coming to his right off a staggered screen, driving it down in the paint. Goes up off glass, can't get it to go. Robinson battling for the rebound. Good box out and rebound from De Silva, keeping it away from Robinson after the initial tip. Anthony Black Euro steps down the lane, throws up a crazy, wild floater, and he banks it home. 2 points is 2 points. You get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to bring it down. Josh Hart, sidestep 3 over Isaac. Can't get it to go off the back rim. Well contested, and that will be the end of the first quarter, 23-30. A really low-scoring first quarter, for this high-paced Knicks offense. Magic doing a good job of defending them tonight. The Knicks also not doing a good job of taking advantage of areas where they can take advantage and settling a couple of times. Mark said, the curse of Dorsberg, the mush of the NBA. Tear up your ticket, folks. Yeah, we always seem to play poorly when she's doing the games, but I do expect the Knicks to pick it up as the game goes on. Student said, love me some Deuce. Outside of Mitchell Robinson, Mitchell Robinson's 1, Deuce McBride's probably 2. Kay Hazy said, Magic defense has been good, not great. This is on the Knicks. It can be on the Knicks. Their defense is good. I don't think I call it great. Their defense is good. Are there areas of improvement for the Knicks? Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it. We already talked about it. We already went over it. The player movement has not been very good. And without player movement in this offense, in any offense, you're going to boil yourself down to a lot of one-on-one play. Just as Dad said, off 20 or some from our usual scoring pace for a quarter. Yeah, the Knicks definitely need to get plus 30. I don't want 30. I want more than 30. At least 32 points a quarter. MBM said, we expected this from Orlando. We will wear them down. Yeah, look, the one Orlando game we watched this year was Orlando take on Atlanta. And Orlando held a 10-point lead in the second quarter on Atlanta. So, as the game goes on, you figure out the way they want to play and what they want to do. You adjust accordingly if you're a good team, and I do believe the Knicks are a good team. It is the second night of a back-to-back, but back-to-backs happen for every team. It's not an automatic loss on the schedule. Yak said, just got in. How's Mitch doing? Mitch has been fine. Nothing crazily impactful as of yet. The defense was kind of to start the first quarter from everybody to start the game. So got better as the game went on with his rebounding, but nothing too crazy as of yet. Here we go. Start of the second quarter. Let's set our timer up. Here we go. So here we go. Start of the second quarter. We are going to come out with Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, Guerschon Yabusele, Jordan Clarkson, and Deuce McBride. Interesting. We're going to get Yabu minutes here. Chris Basketball said Clarkson time. Absolutely. Absolutely. MBM said Cat needs to define himself now. I want to see our offense define itself. I want to see our offense play well. I'm not too particularly concerned about one individual player on this team. I'm concerned about the way the offense looks. It's not last year. You don't need to rely on one guy to get you going. Everybody should be able to get each other going. They get it over to Towns up top. Towns coming to his left. Hands it off to McBride. McBride, jab step, coming to his right. Pulls it back. Now over to Towns on the pick and pop. Wide open from three. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Isaac able to grab it. Here comes Franz Wagner out on the break. Has it on the left wing. And a foul on Deuce McBride battling with Wendell Carter Jr. for post positioning there down low. AP said back-to-back, this was a trap game. You can win the second night of a back-to-back. You don't always have to chuck it up as a loss. Teams have won second nights of back-to-backs in NBA history before. Anthony Black to the lane, can't get that layup to go. Wendell Carter Jr. with the offensive rebound, can't get that one to go, and then he dives on the floor for it. Battling for it. They throw it up, gets it over to Black, bullet pass inside. McBride with the steal. Great recognition from Deuce McBride, knowing to cover the basket there. McBride gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson, extra pass over to Yabusele. Left corner three, line me up, Line me up, Yabusele. I love to see Yabusele come to the game and make an impact. Love it. I'm rooting for Yabusele, man. They get over to Wagner up top, 30-26. Wagner coming to his left off the screen. Bridges trying to stick with him. Wagner down the lane. Stop, turn, spin. Lefty scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Towns able to grab the rebound. Quick outlet to McBride. McBride quickly pushing. McBride telling Clarkson, go ahead, run through. The defense is looking for you. They shove it over to Towns, putting his head down, attacking to his left. Wagner picks him off just the same way he did to Anunoby. Great defense for Wagner. They get it over to Anthony Black. Anthony Black, Euro steps down the lane, gets caught in the air, kicks it over to Jones. Jones along the baseline, back up top. Wendell Carter Jr. catches pump fake, driving to his left. And they hit him with the travel, baby. Knicks getting back on defense. Way to hustle back on defense, Knicks. Just that said, refs definitely want the gift of the magic. I don't know, man. It just not a great officiated game so far. It's been sometimes in certain aspects they're letting them play, but then in other aspects they're calling every little ticky-tack thing. They get it into Towns, mid-post, being guarded by Carter. Towns, up top, looking for a passing lane. Hands it off to McBride. The Magic do a good job of cutting off all the lanes. McBride pulls it back out off the pick and roll. One-on-one against Carter Jr. Pull-up three as the shot clock's winding down. Can't get it to go. Jonathan Isaac with the rebound. Here comes Anthony Black. Black has it up top. Over the top pass to Wendell Carter Jr. He's able to catch it. Pump fake. Tries to spray it out, and Bridges saw it coming, picks it off. And Mikal Bridges, cross-court over to McBride. Extra pass, Clarkson. Bullet pass to nobody as it gets picked off. Now here comes Desmond Bane pushing it the other way. Not a good pass from Clarkson there. Desmond Bane crosses over down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but gets fouled by Clarkson. He's going to go to the foul line with 2 free throws. Very helter-skelter start for both sides. Tossing the ball away. Turnovers left and right so far to start the second quarter. Mark said the lack of a whistle on our end of the floor is concerning, honestly. I'm not too concerned about it as of right now. The Knicks' offense is not reliant on getting a ton of whistles. But for sure, there has been some contact that hasn't been called so far tonight that I think, could have been called. But nothing too egregious so far. But some of the things starting to add up a little bit, for sure. Bane knocks down both free throws. 32-26. Still remains a low-scoring game. This is what the Magic want. They want a low-scoring, barn-burner type of game. McBride on the right wing. Pocket pass to Towns, rolling to the basket. Off glass. Got to go. Great pick and roll between McBride and Towns. And we talked about the McBride-Towns connection that has been developing as the season's gone on. Bane throws a terrible lob pass. Hits the backboard and finds its way all the way back out to Wendell Carter Jr. They throw it inside the Franz Wagner against Clarkson. He's able to easily just use his height and throw up a floater over him. Didn't have to even put it back on the floor. McBride bringing it down, tries to hit the hit ahead to Clarkson and gets knocked out of bounds. Panama Ray, what's up, Panama Ray? The dog catcher said, beware Bane, fresh off a game winner to beat my Blazers the other night. Yeah, Bane, maybe gaining some confidence, some comfortability with the team right now. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Carter Jr. Jab step, driving to his right, bully balling his way to the basket, high floater off glass, can't get it to go. Falls to the floor, you got to get up and get back. Here come the Magic pushing the other way to 5-on-4. They get it over to Bane. Bane driving it down against McBride. Scoop lay with the left hand, and he gets it to go down. Because Karl-Anthony Towns had to hit the floor on that shot attempt. Magic back up by 8. Knicks sitting with only 28 points. Bridges off the handoff, driving it down. Little mid-range pull-up jumper. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Can't grab it. And then a foul on Towns. Towns took his frustrations out on Jonathan Isaac there. Gave him a little push. Towns might be picking up a technical. Following the ref all the way to the scorer's table as he gives him the call. Karl-Anthony Towns right in the face of the official, explaining something. Very animated. Very upset with the officiating right now. Hopefully that's a little bit of a galvanizing thing and not something that could be destructive to the Knicks' focus right now. Anthony Deaton, he said, dumb foul. We're used to it. We're used to it, Ant. You're going to get 2 or 3 of those a game. It is what it is. The Magic knocked down the free throw on the clear path foul, and so now they'll bring it down. Franz Wagner has it up top, being guarded by Bridges. Wagner coming to his left. McBride stunts out to him. Now back to Bane. Bane up top, being guarded by Bridges. Bane coming to his left off the screen. Cross court over to Anthony Black, a right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Banchero with the offensive rebound goes up. Gets the bank shot to go down. And now Orlando's up by 11, their first double-digit lead of the game. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges on the right wing, being guarded by Bane. Bridges coming to his left off the Town screen. Over to Josh Hart, extra pass to McBride. McBride along the corner. Tries to shovel it inside the Towns, gets knocked away. Some more bad passing from the Knicks. Banchero has it on the right wing, up top to Anthony Black. Black being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right, driving it down. Gets under the basket, tries to kick it in the corner, but gets knocked out of bounds by Bridges. It was knocked out of bounds by Bridges. And they initially said Knicks ball, but now they're going to change it back to the Magic ball. So they get it into Franz Wagner, who hits the little reverse layup on the up and under, going from the left side to the right side, hits the reverse layup, 41-28. 13-point deficit for the Knicks, 9-0 run for the Magic. Bridges down the lane, gets fouled by Bane. Bridges going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Justice Dad said 9 turnovers, but not worried. Haven't played a legit second half in 3 games. A lot of work to do. This is the best competition they've had in a while. And you got to see how they're going to respond. This is a great test for the Knicks right now. It's exactly what you want to see the Knicks have to go through. Towns gets it over to McBride, coming to his left, puts up the 3, can't get it to go. Long rebound, Banchero knocks it over to Bataze. Now here comes Paulo Banchero bringing it down. Josh Hart will pick him up. 41-28, 7 minutes to go here in the second. Banchero switched onto by Towns. They get it over to Bane. Bane coming to his right at the Banchero screen. Tries to get it over to Banchero. Gets knocked away by, I believe, by Clarkson. Good hands from Clarkson. Clarkson a pull-up 3. I don't love that shot at all. Comes up short on it. Anthony Black with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way. Home run pass over to Bane. Bane driving it down against Clarkson. Gets tripped up. No foul call. Again, Towns, home run pass over to Josh Hart. He's going to drive it down, hit the reverse layup right back on Franz Wagner, and get the foul in the end one as Wagner hit him in the face. Inadvertent, of course, but still. Josh Hart's going to go to the foul line for one more free throw, and I'm sure the officials are going to go look at this because it's contact to the face. But the Knicks are going to get a full timeout here. Good pass from Towns. Outlet pass over to Josh Hart. George Jones, what's up, George Jones? Hip-hop's a terrible shot from Clarkson. There's a couple of certainties when you watch the Knicks play, right? It's the Karl Anthony Towns dumb offensive foul. It's a certainty. You're going to see at least one of those a game. It's the Josh Hart wild pass. He has no business passing. And it's the Jordan Clarkson pull-up three in transition that he has no business taking, that's completely out of rhythm of the offense entirely. Right? Those are three certainties when watching a Knicks game that you are for sure going to see more often than not. Anthony Ginty said the last 6 games we got the good cat, not tonight. Brother, no player is perfect. If you want to go watch Nikola Jokic, go watch Nikola Jokic, my man. That's a dude who does most things the right way on every night. Lana Mona said, don't like what I'm saying? It is a test. It is a test. This is what getting tested looks like. Josh Hart did knock down the layup, so let me give it to him. It's an 11-point game. It's an 11-point game. The offense is not humming the way we want the offense to hum. They have 7 points so far with 6:39 to go in the second. 7 points for the Knicks. This is a good test. You need to be able to win basketball games in different ways. You're not going to be able to put up 130 points on a nightly basis, right? The Oklahoma City Thunder, they don't shoot it well every night. Their offense isn't great every night. But when push comes to shove, their defense shows up, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes them home on an almost nightly basis when the offense doesn't arrive, right? You have to find ways to win basketball games. And here tonight, the offense is not here tonight. Give a lot of credit to the Bulls. Give a lot of credit to the Magic. We know it's on the second night of a back-to-back. And we know that the Knicks are just not cutting and moving as hard or as fast as they have in previous games. Okay. You're not going to win tonight by putting up 130. You're already way too slow on the pace. You're not going to be able to win that way. Show me another win you can win this basketball game tonight, Knicks. Right? If you have a quarter of an offense, if you have an explosive offensive quarter and you take the lead, then all you need to do is play good, solid defense in order to pull it off. You're not going to win the same way every night. That's not the marker of a great team. The marker of a good team. The marker of a great team is finding different ways to win. So if the offense is not going to be great tonight, find another way to win. Lean on your defense. Lean on your superstars. Lean on Brunson or Towns, right? As the superstars, understand that, okay, the team needs me to do something. If you're a role player coming in off the bench, Yabusele hit a three earlier and you saw me get excited about it. That's because if not everybody's one guy needs to come through for you, right? When you look at the Thunder play, and I'm always going to go back to the Thunder because they are the champions and they are the full team right now, the most complete team in the league right now. On one night it could be Aaron Wiggins. It could be A.J. Mitchell. It could be Isaiah Joe off the bench hitting 6 threes. It could literally be anybody. It could be Isaiah Hartenstein with a 30-10 game out of nowhere, right? You need your role guys to step up, and let's see who steps up for the Knicks tonight if they're going to want to pull this one off. Josh Hart knocks down his and one free throw after the timeout. It's a 10-point deficit for the Knicks. 6:40 to go. They get it over to Bane. Bane has it up top being guarded by Bridges. Bane gets it over to Batase. Batase hands it off to Suggs. Suggs dancing with it, coming to his right, driving it down, up top to Bane. Bane circling to his right down the lane. Kicks it out at the last second to Franz Wagner. He puts up the three over Josh Hart. Well contested, shoots up the air ball. Bane comes flying in, snags it back out to Wagner for a three, and that time he knocks it down. Can't give them multiple shots at the rim, though. Brunson bringing it down. The Knicks are out there with Brunson, Josh Hart, McBride, Bridges, and Towns. Brunson coming to his left. Gets it over to Josh Hart. He's going to spot it for a three, trying to get it right back. Way left on that one. Wide left on that three-point attempt from Josh Hart. Franz Wagner bringing it down against Bridges. Up top to Bane. Extra pass to Suggs. Catches. Pump fakes. Suggs driving it down. Scoop layup. Easy layup at the basket. Towns doesn't come over to contest. Not a good sequence there for the Knicks, who now found themselves down by 15. Brunson gets into the lane. Tries to kick it out to Bridges. And Franz Wagner had it scouted. Knocked it out of the air. OG Anunoby subs in here for Deuce McBride, I assume. Does come in for Deuce McBride. No. Mitchell Robinson also coming in. We're out there with Anunoby, Robinson, Brunson, Hart, and McBride. 15-point deficit for the Knicks. Halfway through this second quarter. Got to have a good, strong end to this half here. Jaylen Brunson gets it into McBride. McBride hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Driving it down. Leans in. Foul line pull-up jumper for JB. Comes up short, but gets a nice soft bounce off the front of the rim. And he gets the friendly roll. 13-point deficit. Get it over to Suggs. Extra pass to Bane. They run Bane off the line. Bane driving it down. Back up top to Suggs. Suggs just shot up an air ball. Then made one. Misses that one. Fight for the rebound. Good fight between Mitchell Robinson and Bataze. The Orlando Magic went off. Bane relocates for a three. He can't get it to go. Anunoby snags the rebound. And now we're pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the left wing. Being guarded by Franz Wagner. Up top to Anunoby. Anunoby back to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Bane. Brunson, jab step, coming to his right off the Robinson screen, driving it down, step back, right wing three for Jaylen Brunson, draws the foul on Desmond Bane. It's going to send Brunson to the foul line for 3 free throws. One way to get yourself back into the game is to find yourself at the foul line. Eric0215, what's up, Eric? Y'all Knicks having trouble with the Magic? A little bit. So Brunson's at the foul line for 3 free throws. Judge that said, please get Bane with a flagrant. The referees are going to look at it. That's not a reckless closeout. That's not a flagrant. Regular foul. Student said this is a third quarter rising game tonight. Hopefully. Karen said Pistons up on the Bulls by 14. Oof. Mark said future Mark. Common foul. It looks like a common foul. It's not a reckless closeout. Hopefully it's a quick review. Looks like a quick review. Should be a quick review because Mark is already in the future. Let me refresh my page while they review. Make sure we're fully caught up. It looks like we're fully caught up. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Justice Debt said reckless closeout. Steph got one yesterday. That's not a reckless closeout from Bane, though. JA3, what's up, Jay? Let's turn this around. Love the positivity. Let's turn it around. JB just got knocked down your free throws. Come on, JB. He's been excellent from the foul line so far this year. MB said we need a big third quarter. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Jaylen Brunson at the foul line. This is the first free throw. We can't be missing free throws, JB. JB, we can't be missing free throws. Ernest Cash, what's up, Ernest? Brunson missed the first one. Come on, JB. Comes up well short on the second one. Come on, man. Free throws. They're free. Don't go 0 for 3, brother. You're going to piss me off if you go 0 for 3. Come on. Knicks down by 13. Brunson swishes through the third free throw. Perfect. 1 for 3 from the foul line. Could have knocked it to 10. Instead, it's now at 12. Under 5 to go here in the second quarter. Got to have a good, strong end to this second quarter here. Desmond Bane up top being guarded by Josh Hart. Pocket pass to Bataze down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand. Gets it to go. End the foul on OG Anunoby. Bataze to the foul line for one more on a possible three-point play. Not good defense from the Knicks so far. Just that said Kevin McCullough Jr., Tosan and Mwoma I've learned to pronounce the man's name correctly. Bataze knocks down his free throw. 15-point lead for the Orlando Magic are back, and they're in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter. Brunson bringing it down. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby gets it over to Robinson. Robinson fakes the handoff. Hands it off to McBride now. McBride curling to his left. Stop. Pump fake, leans in. Shovels it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart catches. Pump fakes. Now he's going to settle for the three. Comes up short. Robinson, the offensive rebound. Saves it out to McBride. McBride sets his feet and fires for three. He comes up short. Wagner with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Wagner up top, coming to his right. Dancing with it against Brunson. Driving it down in the lane, throws up the floater. Got it to go, and the largest lead of the game now for the Orlando Magic. Up by 17 points with under 4 minutes to go here in the second. Knicks are going to need a big old comeback here in order to pull this one off. Brunson hands it off to Hart. Hart up top. Gets it over to Brunson. Brunson over to McBride. McBride. Jab step, coming to his right, rejecting the Robinson screen, driving it down, spins to his left at the foul line, pump fake, tries to step through, gets it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart on the left wing, being guarded by Tristan Da Silva, driving to his left, stops, turns, spins, little fall-away jumper because Robinson was standing right there. Not good floor spacing from the Knicks whatsoever. And an offensive foul on Jaylen Suggs as he threw the little elbow behind him, trying to run into Jaylen Brunson, but they saw it, hit him with the offensive foul. He's got a little smile off of it. He knows what he did. 17-point deficit for the Knicks. What you got for me, Knicks? What you got for me? Hip-Hop said worst half of the season? Might be. 34 points so far with 3.5 minutes to go? Yeah. Brunson gets the handoff from Robinson. Brunson coming to his right off the Robinson screen. Stops, leans in, step back three for JB. Don't love that shot, way off. Robinson with the offensive rebound. Gets it knocked out of his hands. Going to go to the Magic. David Osh Jr. said no energy at all. Second night of a back-to-back. I don't like that they don't have any energy, though. Should be much more well-conditioned than this. Oh, they give it back to the Knicks. They didn't want to give him the foul, so they just give him possession of the ball. And a foul on Desmond Bane, who's trying to stop Jaylen Brunson from moving off ball. He just stands in front of him, kind of gives him a little bit of a bear hug. It's going to send Brunson to the foul line for 2 free throws. It's also a foul out of bounds. I don't know if that's illegal. Might not be different. The Knicks now they're in the bonus. So the next foul the Magic commit will put the Knicks at the foul line. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? Kinahara said, well, we look great so far, I see. This is why you can't extrapolate from games versus the Nets to actual teams. There's a couple of things going against the Knicks tonight. Second night of a back-to-back. We went over it. Some lesser competition going up against a little bit of a better competition. Magic playing much better here tonight than they have so far this season, especially defensively. Shaman to pull up 3 on the relocation. Can't get it to go. And another foul on the Orlando Magic is going to send Shaman to the foul line for 3 more free throws. Now knock down your free throw, Shaman. We already had 2 misses from Brunson on the 3-point foul from the foul line. But this is a great test for the Knicks. This is actually exactly what I want to see, the kind of adversity I want to see the Knicks go through this early in the season. This is the exact kind of adversity we want to see. Shaman knocks down the first one. A 17-point deficit. Offense has not been your friend here tonight. You lack the energy. How do you respond? You wither away? Do you summon up the energy you need in order to pull off this game in the second half? Shaman knocks down the first one, but then misses the second one. Brother, knock down your free throws, Knicks. Come on. But this is great adversity so far. How are the Knicks going to respond? Win, lose, or draw, how do you respond with this adversity? Do you dig down deep? Do you find some levels of reserve you didn't know you had? Or the Knicks do know they have it because they've had multiple comeback victories going back, especially the last year's playoffs. But 51-36, Tyus Jones bounce pass to Wendell Carter Jr., little mid-range jumper, and he gets it to go down. on the little pick and pop mid-range. Brunson coming to his right off a Towns screen. Brunson hang dribble, gets it over to Towns up top. Towns hands it off to Bridges. Gets it over to Anunoby. Anunoby back to Towns in the post, being guarded by Franz Wagner, backing him down. Bully ball in the paint. Pump fake, steps through, spins, righty hook, shoots up an air ball. Good help defense from Wendell Carter Jr. You either got to swing that out or you got to go for the first one, Towns. Don't spin away from contact. Franz Wagner with the little Euro step, reverse layup, flips it up into the rim. Got it to go. A 19-point lead for the Magic here. Now, 19 is a lot larger than I wanted to be. How are the Knicks going to respond? Bridges coming to his right up the Town screen. Gets to the mid-range. Pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Okay. Got to have a strong close to this half. Get it to around 12, and I'll be all right. Going into the second half. Tyus Jones coming to his left. Gets it over to Wendell Carter Jr. Wendell Carter Jr. has it up top in the mid-post. Pull-up jumper over Towns. Gets it to go down. Wendell Carter Jr. walking into that mid-range shot right now. He's feeling it. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down, coming to his right off the Town screen. The Knicks' player movement and ball movement has looked a lot better. Now one-on-one against Wendell Carter Jr. Brunson crosses over in the lane, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. I don't like the no-pass possessions, which that was right there. Don't like it. Tristan Da Silva pushing the pace, bringing it down, in and out dribble against Brunson. Goes in, lefty layup, got it to go. 21-point deficit for the Knicks here in the first half. Not a good outing for the Knicks whatsoever. Brunson bringing it down, has it up top, coming to his right off against Da Silva, leans in, draws the foul against Da Silva. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Anthony GT said, this is ugly. Pretty ugly. Judge Dad said, this is the game I wanted to see JB play. Everyone else has been dookie. Brunson with 14 points. Bridges with 4. Towns with only 4. He's 2 for 6 from the field. Anunoby with only 2. He's only taken 2 shots, both of them being threes. You want an example of fatigue setting in a little bit? Anunoby's only taken 2 shots, and both of them been from 3. Guy's not attacking the basket right now. Landry Shamet, 5 points. He's taking 3 shots. He's taking more shots than OG Anunoby. He's taking 1 less shot than Mikal Bridges. This is an issue. David Hodge Jr. said embarrassing? Embarrassing is too strong of a word in my opinion. This is basketball, brother. I said, the OKCs of the world and other true contenders don't go down 21 in general. By the end of the year, Kinahara, I'll point you to 20 games where the true contenders of the league go down by 20-plus points per game. This is 2025 basketball. People go down by 20 all the time. You guys act like the sky is falling every time this happens. This is game 11. Hip-Hop said, everyone always talks about Towns' defense, but Brunson's defense is atrocious. I think atrocious is going far. It's not good. It's not good. But tonight, nobody's defense has been good. Anunoby's been invisible defensively. He's been invisible all game long, both offensively and defensively. Where's OG Anunoby? Where's this vaunted OG Anunoby defense that we've seen all year? Not there tonight. Mikal Bridges has been okay. I think the best defender I've seen so far tonight has been maybe Deuce McBride, maybe Landry Shamet. Really, nobody's playing well defensively. Hip-Hop said, worst half of the season without a doubt. Knicks have to wake up in the second half. There's a game going on. Yeah. Down by 21 here. The Knicks allowed this to be very much so, an Orlando Magic-centric game. Brent Baronet, what's up, Brent? Back-to-back game is still a problem. I think everybody has a problem with back-to-back games. Yeah, have you guys seen what the Denver Nuggets look like on the second night of a back-to-back? Nikola Jokic looks like he has no interest in playing those games. The league has obviously tried to move his way as much as possible from back-to-back games, but they're still part of the NBA season. Everybody plays them. You don't have to be terrible. They don't always have to be used as an excuse of, fatigue setting in. K said OG can never be an all-star if he gives up games like this. Yeah, fair argument for sure. I said, I love JB. He's the leader and our best player since Patrick. We did have one great season from Mari. That is incorrect, Kinara. We did not have one great season from Mari. We had 30 great games from Amari, and then he got injured because that's what Amari Stoudemire does. But he just isn't average defensively. He needs help on defense, which is why I can't play JB and Cat together. He's not average on defense. He's a little bit below average, but he's not atrocious on most nights. Tonight he's been atrocious. Same as Towns. Same as Anunoby. Anunoby's been pretty atrocious defensively tonight. Bridges has also been invisible defensively. Mitchell Robinson's been invisible defensively for the most part. Had some good contests at the rim, but if you don't have your defensive players playing well defensively, I'm supposed to hold Jaylen Brunson to a higher standard than those guys? Where are our vaunted defensive players here tonight? The Magic have almost 60 points in this first half. You get over to the Silva curling off a screen. Brunson did knock down the 2 free throws. De Silva stops, turns, spins, coming to his right off a Wendell Carter Jr. screen, down the lane, draws a foul on either Brunson or Towns as they both converged on the De Silva drive. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. It's easy to spot when a go-to offensive guy is having a bad offensive night, but OG Anunoby's been invisible defensively tonight. But I'm supposed to focus on Jaylen Brunson's defense? Like, yeah, it's been bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to defend Jaylen Brunson's defense tonight. But he's not the guy I'm looking to carry you defensively. It's like if Deuce McBride has a bad offensive game, I'm going to go, okay, whatever. But he did his job, right? Like, he pushed the pace. He played solid defense. But I'm not looking for Deuce McBride to give me 15 points every night. I'm not looking for him to give me 20 points every night. When he does do it, it's icing on the cake. I'm not looking for Jaylen Brunson to be awesome defensively. I'm not looking for Karl-Anthony Towns to be awesome defensively. I'm looking for them to be average. Towns can't save the missed free throw. Rebound. There was a battle for it. It's going to remain with the Magic. Knicks down by 20. Tyus Jones gets it into Wagner. Down the lane. High floater off glass. Can't get it to go. Jonathan Isaac tried to get the putback. Can't get it to go. Bridges bringing it down. Bridges gets it over to Towns. Back to Bridges. Bridges coming to his right off the Towns screen. Pocket pass to Towns. Down the lane. Off glass. Gets it to go. Towns runs into the photographers. Got to hustle back. Get it over to Wagner down the lane. Wagner shoots up the floater. Gets it to go. Knicks not hustling back on defense. Nobody picks up Franz Wagner. Whose man is Franz Wagner? I know it's not Karl-Anthony Towns'. As he was the guy who had to be switched on to him. I get it, because he was late getting back on defense because he fell out of bounds again. Brunson on the left wing, dancing with it against Wendell Carter Jr. Stops, turns, spins, pump fakes, takes it out to Bridges. Bridges curling down, back to Brunson. Brunson's going to settle for the 3 over Carter Jr. Too strong, can't get it to go. Jonathan Isaac comes flying in for the rebound. Now here come the Magic, bringing it down with a 20-point lead. 20 seconds to go. Forgot to start the timer there. But 20 seconds to go for Wagner. That is second difference between game clock and shot clock. Get over to Wagner. Jones. Jones coming to his right. Back to Wagner. Wagner 1-on-1 against Bridges. A deep pull-up 3 for him. Too strong, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, but a loose ball foul against the Magic. So that should be free throws for the Knicks, should it not? Jaylen Brunson to the foul line for 2 free throws. Kinar said, I'm a big Cade supporter, Karen. Let me say, Jalen Duren is making another leap to All-Star. He might make a leap to All-Star. He might. He's definitely a borderline All-Star. I don't know if he gets the All-Star nod this year, but he's definitely at least a borderline All-Star. His name will indeed come up, and he may get it. Yak said, I didn't see the beginning, but killed on the boards. Mitch in 9 minutes, 7 boards, needs to play more. The issue is the offenses look really, really bad with Mitch out there so far tonight, Yak. I mean, he did share the court with Josh Hart for a couple of those moments. Was there a double foul or something? What's going on? They called a double foul. So no free throws. We're going to get a jump ball between Towns and Wendell Carter Jr. Towns wins the tip. Over to Brunson. Brunson gets the ball knocked loose. Wendell Carter Jr. picks it up, and that's going to be the end of the first half there. And even sloppy to the end of the half. Hip-Hop said 20-point leads at half. Shaking my head, not good. Wake up, Knicks. Here you go. The Magic are giving you the adversity I wanted to see the Knicks go through. Mark said, how is that not foul shots? Because it was a double foul. It's foul on Brunson and also on Wendell Carter Jr. You know, I said my bet, my key bet for tonight is Bridges under 20 points and assists. You're on your way. Jackie Lynn said, is Banchero going to play more? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. George Jones said, double foul sounds like a cop-out. I mean, unless they're both fouling the heck out of each other and the officials want to be like, all right, relax, double foul. I don't know. They didn't show a replay on the double foul, but it is what it is. Ellie Mooskop, what's up, Ellie? I wish Cat would get low when asking for the ball against smaller players. True. But typically, you're right about that. But typically, in those situations, usually defenses are begging for you to get the ball to Karl-Anthony Towns because they know he's an offensive foul waiting to happen against a smaller player, especially. She said, "Of course they picked the game. I came to MSG to get their butts handled." Yeah, that tends to happen. That tends to happen for sure. Lana Mona said, "We came back twice against the Celtics from 20. We can do it." Sure, it's possible. The Knicks pick up their play in the second half and play with more verve and more energy. Could definitely happen. Robert Dianco, what's up, Rob? 20 points led by Magic against New York. Yeah. But let's go through it. The Madrasi Travel Channel. What's up, Madrasi? These Florida teams are not going to be easy teams to play. No, they're hooping. They're hooping for sure. Let's go through the box score real quick, and then we'll go around the league. Not a ton. Well, actually, a ton to go through. Franz Wagner with 17 points. This is the issue. We're talking about Jaylen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns. Where is Wingstop? Where are my vaunted perimeter defenders, OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges? Where are they? What is this? 17 points in the first half for him? Where's my vaunted perimeter defense? Put OG Anunoby on Franz, put Mikal Bridges chasing Bane, and put somebody else on Paolo. Literally don't care. Don't care about Paolo. Go ahead, tell Paolo, because he's going to settle for a lot of mid-range shots. So put whoever you want on Paulo Banchero. I'm fine with that. You have to stop Franz Wagner. If Franz Wagner has a good game, the Magic are hooping, right? This is the guy you need to stop. This is why, if you ask me who should the Orlando Magic move forward with, if it ever came down to choosing between Wagner and Banchero, I'm choosing Wagner. 10 times out of 10, no hesitation. I'm choosing Wagner, right? When he gets it going, when he's playing well, the Magic overall as a whole play well because he's a better playmaker. He's got better vision. He's got 17, 3, and 3. When the ball is in his hands, good things tend to happen versus when they're in Banchero's hands, not so much, right? Usually going to end with Paulo Banchero taking another mid-range shot. Only 12 minutes for Paulo Banchero. He didn't even play a lot. Franz Wagner played majority of that first half. He was out there most of the time, probably because he was playing so well, but this is probably a lot closer to what the Orlando Magic should be leaning into. A lot less of this. Shot Collis said, we've seen the Knicks come back before last year many times. Many times. Team's full of dogs. They're going to have to dig down deep. They do look gassed. They do look a little tired. And this is, since they really started to play well after the initial 3-game losing streak, this is the most adversity they faced since, obviously. But the best team they faced in a while. So, how do you respond? Desmond Bane with 12 points, 4 for 7 from the field, taking only 3 3-point shots. Jaylen Suggs had some good looks from 3. He's 0 for 3. He played 11 minutes. Off the bench, De Silva gave him 6. Anthony Black gave him 5. Just hasn't been an energy-filled game. You look at the Knicks box scores real quick. Jaylen Brunson leading the way with 16. And he can sense that his team just doesn't really have it in them here tonight because you're seeing him do a lot of the heavy lifting. Only 1 assist for Jaylen Brunson, 1 assist all around. Nobody with multiple assists. That is an issue for the Knicks offense, and that is a key area to point to. They're a team that just had multiple games in a row of 30-plus assists in a game. So far tonight, they have 5. 5 assists to 9 turnovers. Yeah, that'll put you down 20 points. Not moving the ball well enough, and also turning it over like crazy. Kinar said, big statement from Sheffield on Wagner and Banchero. I don't even think it's an unpopular statement, though. I've heard multiple people say that. I'm just not, like, I've seen enough of Banchero. I've seen enough of the way he plays the game. You could tell here tonight, only 12 minutes for him in the first half versus 20 minutes for Franz Wagner. And they look significantly better when Franz Wagner was leading the offense. It's not coincidence. The Orlando Magic actually have an offense when Wagner leads it versus when Banchero leads it. They give it to him in the high post, and everybody just kind of stands around, and Banchero will either settle for a mid-range shot, contested, fading away, or if you bring a double team over, because he's maybe got the matchup advantage, then he'll maybe spring it out to a three-point shooter. But when the ball touches Banchero's hands, he's looking to score it. And he doesn't do a great job of getting downhill. Yak said, I think we play good here out and make it a game. You just want to see him make it a game for sure, right? Win, lose, or draw. I want to see them make it a game. I want to see what they have in them, right? What is the identity of this team still alive in terms of being a team full of dogs and a team full of fighters? So far, I mean, not to say that the team isn't quote-unquote fighting and playing hard and whatnot, but Jaylen Brunson is really the only guy going towards the basket, going at the rim right now, who's having any sort of success. Towns did it a little bit, 6.7 rebounds, 3 for 7 from the field. Okay, OG Anunoby still only taking the 2 shots. This is a bad sign. This is the sign of a tired basketball player right here. 2 field goal attempts, 0 for 2 from three-point range is bad. That is not good. Mitchell Robinson, 0 points, 7 rebounds, 4 of them offensive. Nice, but it's not leading to open shots from 3. Doesn't have an assist because when he does kick it out, the three-point shooters, they're missing. Overall, the Knicks from three-point range are shooting 4 for 19. So like I said, if the offense is not there for you, you have to find another way to win this basketball game. They should have dug deeper and made sure they didn't go down by 20, because now you're going to have to exert a ton of energy just to get back into the game, let alone win it, right? If they could have maintained it around 15, 12 is what I wanted to see before halftime, at least. But now down by 20, you have to exert a lot of energy in order to make the comeback. Mark said, heck, the whole team went hard the past couple of nights. I mean, look, they did, but they had a soft schedule and they've been at home. So I don't really want to harp too much on the second night of a back-to-back kind of thing. Clearly, it's affecting them a little bit. But, you know, find a way to win the basketball game. Right? Like, it is the second night of a back-to-back, and they do look tired. The legs aren't there. Guys are not driving to the rim. Yes, that is an excuse we can give. But it's a reason we can give as to why they're playing the way they're playing. But, again, great teams find other ways to win. Knicks got to find another way to win here tonight. Susan said, but bench will show up. I mean, Jordan Clarkson had 0 points in that half. He's strung together 4 games here in a row, 4 or 5 games here in a row, actually, of double-digit scoring, starting to bring his average up. He took 1 shot. It was a horrible shot. It was a pull-up 3 in transition. Played only 5 minutes. Did not go well. Deuce McBride actually played the most minutes off the bench, 11 minutes, and that's because he was one of the only guys actually playing with energy. Right? In the second night of a back-to-back, we talked about it as well the other night. A lot of you guys pointed it out in the chat. The Knicks were blowing out the Memphis Grizzlies. They had a 28-point lead, and yet they allowed the Memphis Grizzlies to crawl back in, and the Knicks were not capable. They weren't allowed to pull their starters out of the game because they needed their starters to make sure they close that one out before the Grizzlies can come back and win it or come back and try and steal it. They made it a game. They got it back to 10 points. They cut 18 points off a 28-point lead and made it a 10-point game. And it's like, all right, then we got to put Jaylen Brunson back in the game and make sure we ice it. But this is why you handle your business. This is why you don't play with your food, because now you have to reap what you sow. Now you have to lay in the bed you made. Rishi Rich, what's up, Rishi? They will find a way to look better in the second half, not losing by more than 20. I don't think they will make a comeback, right? Most NBA games, if there is a blowout, the team makes a comeback, right? The Knicks will make a comeback at some point. But the Magic came out as the team that was looking to play significantly harder, wanted to make a statement here, on the MSG Garden floor. How do the Knicks respond? It's a big gut check moment for the Knicks this early in the season. It's a good adversity battle. How do the Knicks look after this? Learning situation. Amy Machu, what's up, Amy? What's the hat swap you have going on in the past couple of games? What do you mean? What do you mean? Just rocking my hats. Judge's dad said, getting the win last 2 games, most important thing. The Knicks' schedule is going to start to toughen up a little bit, I believe. You know what? I haven't even really looked ahead. We got the Miami Heat coming up, so it will toughen up a little bit. We have the Miami Heat coming up. Amy said, I missed the Red Chef one. Oh, it's coming back, Amy. It's coming back for sure. But the Red Chef hat, it just didn't really go with the outfit. Captain Hat went more with the outfit, so that's what we're rocking here today. Simon, J.A., what's up, Simon? We will win? I hope so. Yeah, we got back-to-back games against Miami Friday, and then 2 days off, and then we play them again Monday at Miami. Then we have Dallas. We're at Dallas, at Orlando again, at Brooklyn, at Charlotte. So we got a 5-game road trip coming up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, a 5-game road trip coming up. We have tonight against Orlando and MSG, and then we have Friday night NBA Cup game against Miami. So big game coming up against Miami. Right after this Orlando game, Miami's obviously playing pretty well to start the year as well. Yak said we have to play good against teams playing hard. Yep, it's a great way of putting it, Yak, absolutely. Orlando's playing hard. They want to make a statement here against the New York Knicks, and the Knicks are allowing them to do so. Tay Cowboys, what's up, Tay? Let's see if we can battle back. Yep, it's a nice big adversity check here 10 games into the year. Great adversity check. Amy said we have to play better on the road, too. Yeah, the Knicks are winless on the road. Now, they did have a big, long win homestand here at home. Obviously, that's what a homestand is. But they only played 3 road games so far, and they lost all 3 of them. So, yes, they have to play better on the road. Gigi said, I know you're not going to like it, but have you seen my boy Jonas putting in work in Denver? I have seen it, Gigi. I have seen it. AP said, one team I don't like losing to is Miami. We better show out. They already lost that first game against Chicago for the NBA Cup. So they lose against Miami on Friday. They're out of the NBA Cup. You don't advance in the NBA Cup with 2 losses. There's only 4 games in the in-season tournament. So if the Knicks want to compete for the in-season tournament championship, you're going to have to win on Friday. If they lose on Friday, they're out. They're pretty much out. Yeah, I said we might be under 500 when Doris calls our games. Yeah, she's a little bit of a Knicks curse. A little bit. Every time we have an ESPN game where Doris Burke is on the call, it feels like the Knicks don't play up to their capabilities for sure. Hip Hop said, Mitch is never healthy and has no offensive moves. We're playing 4-on-5 on offense when Mitch is on the court. I can't wait till he's off this team. Oh, brother, you're preaching to the wrong choir, Hip Hop. Preaching to the wrong choir. It's literally my favorite player on the team. There's so much more to Mitchell Robinson than having him develop a post move. I mean, it would be nice, but his level of defense, his level of rebounding, literally not just one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, literally just flat out one of the best rebounders in the league, and the best offensive rebounder in the league. You want to talk about offensive impact? My man generates so many more opportunities for the Knicks to score the basketball. It doesn't even matter that sometimes you're playing 4-on-5 offensively. Simon said, Orlando is a physical team. We need to move the ball more. They do need to move the ball more. In order to move the ball more, they need to move themselves more, Simon, right? You're right about that. But their player movement, as well as their ball movement, was atrocious in that first half. Their player movement was atrocious. It got better as the second half went on. It got better towards the end of that second quarter there. But their player movement is bad. Bad. Nobody's moving without the ball right now. Nobody's moving with purpose. Orlando's playing very well off ball. They clearly have scouted and prepared for the way the Knicks are currently playing with this new this new offense, this new playing style and whatnot. But the Knicks, going through the motions mostly through that first half, and you're not going to be able to beat a good team going through the motions. It's not going to happen. And the Magic are a good team. Their record shows that they're hovering around 500, but they're a good team. Abe said, I think they're tired from last night, that's all. They're very clearly a little tired from last night. You're right. It can't be an excuse to be down by 20, right? We could talk about it if they were playing poorly and they were down 15. When you go down 20-22, that's when you start looking at it, and it's like, you can't just give games away. I need to see some more compete from you, right? Here we go. Start of the second half. The Knicks bringing it down. Bridges bringing it down against Bane. They get it over to Robinson. Robinson gets it over to Towns. Towns gets it over to Brunson. Brunson up top. Much better ball movement and player movement so far. Brunson lobbed to Robinson. There we go. There we go. Get some player movement, get some ball movement. Finally, another assist for Jaylen Brunson and the Knicks. Suggs gets it over to Wagner. Anunoby tries to come up with the steal. Wagner has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Coming to his left off the screen. Stops, turns, spins, kicks it out to Suggs. Suggs up top, driving down to his right in the lane. Throws up the floater. Can't get it to go, but they call a foul on Brunson. He gave Jaylen Brunson a taste of his own medicine. Put his head down, drove, put the shoulder right into the defender and Jaylen Brunson. Threw up the floater and drew the foul. Basketball Jones. What's up, Basketball Jones? Jose NYC. What's up, Jose? Yak said Mitch's main job is defensive putbacks, not carry the team offense when the court. 7 boards in 9 minutes is doing his job. Yep. Suggs knocks down the first free throw. Is Paolo out? Is he sick? Is he hurt or something? Because Jonathan Isaac started the quarter. Also, let me throw the game cast up. That'd be nice for you guys, right? You don't need to see the schedule right now. Yeah, Paulo Banchero is out. What happened with him? Suggs knocks down both free throws. Knicks have to cut into the lead. Can't allow. And a foul on Jonathan Isaac. Getting too handsy with Towns in the post there. Get it into Towns, being guarded by Isaac. Got the strength advantage against Isaac. Isaac a good defender. Towns has it in the post. He's going to back him down. Stop, turn, goes up, throws up the floater, airballs it, fight for the loose ball. Towns able to pick it up after Robinson kept it alive. Towns does knock down the righty hook over Isaac there, though. Bane crosses over to his right on Bridges, pulls it back, step back 3 for Bane. Comes up short. Anunoby, good box out and rebound over Wagner. Now here comes Brunson pushing it down the other way. You got to stop. Now you need to score. Lead down to 18. Brunson navigating into the lane, stops, throws up the floater, gets it to go, and they give Suggs the foul. I didn't see a foul there. These refs have been hit or miss all night long. They're calling little ticky-tack fouls, but then when a guy gets like ran over and and hits the floor, there's no foul called. These refs have been all over the place tonight. Very inconsistent with what they've been calling. Brunson knocks down the floater, and he's at the foul line for one more. All right, we'll take it. Brunson knocks down the free throw. I will take it. Lead down to 15. Jaylen Suggs bringing it down. Up top being guarded by Brunson. 4th foul on Jaylen Suggs already. Wendell Carter Jr. has it up top. And Mitchell Robinson fouls him as he reached behind trying to go for the steal. 3 fouls on Mitchell Robinson. So the Magic get it into Isaac. Isaac up top. They throw it over the top to Wagner. Wagner foul line fall away jumper. Can't get it to go. Air ball. Ball going back to the Knicks. Good scram switch there for Anunoby. Brunson was guarding Wagner in the post, and the second they threw it in the air to get it to Wagner in the post, Anunoby ran over and Brunson switched off. Brunson up top coming to his left off a double screen. Driving it down, putting his head down in the lane, throws up another floater. Hit off the side of the rim. Mitchell Robinson, offensive rebound, saves it out to Bridges. Bridges catches, pump fake, driving it down, stopping the mid-post, kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson over to Towns. Towns coming to his right, hands it off to Anunoby, catches, jab step, swings through to his right, loses the handle, slips and falls out of bounds, ball going back to the Magic. Anunoby's been a disaster tonight. He's been a little bit of a disaster tonight. I love OG. Adore him. Absolutely incredibly happy he's on the team. Borderline all-star so far this year. He's been bad tonight. Bane has it up top. Sometimes you have those nights. Not your night. Not Anunoby's night so far tonight. Suggs gets caught in the air and throws it away. Great defense from the Knicks. Bridges bringing it down. 2-on-1. Goes to the rim. And gets goaltended by Jaylen Suggs. They hit the goaltend on Suggs. 2 points to the Knicks. 13-point game. Chipping away at it. Got to continue to get stops and scores. Get it back to single digits. Get it back to single digits, and then we can start talking. Jaylen Suggs has it up top, a 9-2 run for the Knicks, and the offense is looking much better, and the defense is looking more active. Bane up top, coming to his right up the Carter Jr. screen. Over to Suggs. Suggs pass fake, driving it down to the rim. Scoop away with the right hand, can't get it to go, and a foul on Mitchell Robinson. That's 4 fouls on Robinson, 4 fouls on Suggs. You know, I said every now and then OG throws in a stinker. He's officially not Karl Malone. Whatever. Yeah, it's fine. Sometimes it's not your night, man. Sometimes it's not your night. This is where your teammates need to uplift you, though. Right? This is when your teammates need to uplift you. Mitchell Robinson, just a step slow there. Got to be Suggs to that spot and contest and go straight up. He didn't. He was a step slow. Suggs at the foul line, misses a free throw. We love missed free throws from their opponent. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. You need a little bit of luck in order to pull off comebacks. Jaylen Suggs missing the free throws, pretty good. Jaylen Suggs missed the first one, knocks down the second one. 14-point game. Shaman comes in for Robinson. 9:20 to go. Brunson up top, dancing with it. De Silva switches on to Brunson. De Silva's in for Isaac. Brunson step back mid-range jumper, creates the space, can't get it to go, fight for the rebound. Knocked away from Towns. Suggs picks it up, hit ahead to Wagner. Wagner on the right wing. Wagner pulls it back out. Coming to his left off the screen. They hedge hard. They get it over to Carter Jr. Cross-court pass. Bane open in the left corner. That's the one guy you don't leave open, and he rattles in the three. The guy you don't leave open. Why did they close out to Jaylen Suggs and allow the extra pass over to an open Bane in the corner? Allow Jaylen Suggs to shoot that three. Shaman a mid-range pull-up jumper, and he gets it to go. But you need defensive stops in order to get back into it. It's 15. They chipped 5 points off of it. Here we go. Hattie, what's up, Hattie? Wagner has it up top. 8:30 to go. Now over to Bane. Bane up top. Being guarded by Bridges. Coming to his right. Putting his head down, attacking. Euroing in the lane. Kicks it out. They swing it over. De Silva, left wing three. Can't get it to go off the back rim. Long rebound out to Wagner. Bridges just didn't look behind him where the ball was going to. Suggs comes flying in for the offensive rebound and a foul on the floor on the Knicks. As the Orlando Magic just out-hustling the Knicks to the ball right now. Bridges, off that missed shot, did not pursue the ball. Right? Just kind of ran to the open space. As Josh Hart's going to sub in. If you need somebody to come in and start snagging rebounds, Josh Hart's a good guy to go to. You know, I said, okay, Energy Hart checking in. Yeah. Is anybody you need to bring in some energy and some rebounding? Josh Hart's the guy to go to right now. Mike Brown is searching, and the Magic are in the bonus already. The next foul will send them to the foul line with 8:12 to go. 8 minutes to go, and they're in the bonus already. What are you doing, Knicks? Playing defense with your hands and not your feet. Get it over to Bane. Bane coming to his left off the Carter Jr. screen. Now back up top to Wagner. Wagner dancing with it against Anunoby. A step back three straight away from him. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Brunson able to pick it up. Brunson bringing it down. He's out there with Shamet, Hart, Towns and Anunoby. Brunson crosses over down the lane, shoves it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart with the reverse layup gets chased down, blocked by Jaylen Suggs. Suggs bringing it down, a pull-up three in the left wing. Pump fakes it over to Bane. Extra pass to Wendell Carter Jr. for a three, and he knocks it down. And the lead back up to 18. Brunson bringing it down, has it on the left wing. Got to chip this lead away. 7:30 to go here. Over to Josh Hart, over to Anunoby. Anunoby's going to line up a right corner three, and he knocks it down, gets the 3 points right back. Okay. Suggs bringing it down, but you're still down by 15. Suggs has it up top. Over the top pass to Bane. Bane catches it on the run. Euro steps down the lane, throws up the floater, hit off the back rim. It gets a nice friendly bounce as it drops down. And a delay of game warning against Bane. Hattie said Banchero was left with a groin strain. Probably better for the Magic in the long run. Not have Banchero on the court, I'll tell you that. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down, hands it off to Shamet. Shamet gets it over to Brunson. Suggs goes for the steals. Now over to Shamet. Pass fake, driving it down. Foul line, pull-up jumper. Shamet got it to go. Okay, Landry Shamet. Okay. Forgot to give the Magic their 2 points there. Still a 15-point game. Wagner has it up top. Gets it over to Bane. Bane gets it over to Wagner, putting his head down. Euro stepping down the lane. Scoop with the right hand as he just blew right past OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby. Been a bit of a disaster tonight. Not there defensively, not there offensively. Josh Hart has it on the right wing. Coming to his left. Driving it down over to Brunson in the right corner. Brunson driving it down in the lane. Throws up the low floater. Nice soft touch off the front rim. Gets another friendly bounce. Gets it to go down. Back to 15. Knicks hovering around 15. They've chipped 5 points off the lead as Brunson draws an offensive foul. Okay. Starting to make a couple things happen. There you go, Knicks. There you go. Brunson draws the charge onto Silva. There's his defensive stop. MBM said, do we play defense anymore here? They do. They haven't in a while. We got to play some better teams. And the Knicks need some rest. Very clearly need some rest. Hip-Hop said, as bad as we played tonight, this is still a very winnable game. Just have to hustle harder and take smarter shots and stop with the dumb turnovers and dumb fouls. Yeah. I mean, look. If they didn't have dumb turnovers and dumb fouls, they'd still be down because they're not playing well offensively or defensively. So they would still be losing this game, but they wouldn't have gone down by as much as 22 points, right? They wouldn't have had a 20-point deficit. And at that point, all you really need is for at least maybe one guy to get loose. Hart said Shamet is holding us in it. Yeah, Shamet is getting loose. Shamet's up to what? 9 points? 9 points. He's hit a three. He's 3 for 5 from the field. He's just knocked down a couple of jumpers. He got fouled, went to the foul line, so. Hart said, maybe sit my man OG for extended minutes to get his head or body back into a frame. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Maybe you lean a little bit more on your bench here tonight. Maybe you try to sneak Yabu in a little bit more. Maybe you try to sneak McBride in there a little bit more. But OG Anunoby has not had it tonight so far. Right? Maybe give him a little bit of rest, give him a bit of a breather. Just hasn't really had it. This is good adversity. Right? It's early in the season. Win, lose, or draw. Whether they win or lose tonight, I want to see them come back, make this a competitive game. Obviously, I want them to win it. I want them to pull it out. But MBM said, we still have comeback ability, not worried, just concerned. Well, those are synonyms. Those are synonyms, MBM. But I know what you mean. You want to see the Knicks make this a competitive game. It's 15 points right now. Right? You've knocked 5 points immediately off the lead, and so it's hovering around 15 majority of the time here. But you got to get some defensive stops in order to get the game closer. It just is what it is. Like, there's no way you're going to be able to come back against this team trying to outscore them at this point. You're down 15. You're going to have to step up your defense. Nobody has had it defensively tonight. Really, nobody's had it defensively. Maybe McBride, maybe Shamet competed well. But even your defensive go-to guys. Robinson's been Anunoby's been flat out bad defensively. Bridges has been Bridges and Robinson probably been your best defenders tonight, but nobody's really stood out defensively tonight. T-Wizzy, what's up, T-Wizzy? Need Cat to get going. Brunson can't win the game alone. True. Very true. MEM said, keeping it light, Chevy. True. True. So the Knicks will bring the ball down after the charge. Knicks calls the turnover. Ernest Cash with the Ernest. Here we go. Bulls 79, Pistons 95 in the end of the third. That's a crazy outcome, Karen. That is a crazy outcome for sure. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Carter Jr., putting his head down, attacking. Kicks it out up top to Anunoby. He's going to catch, pump fake, step back, pump fake again. They draw two. Kicks it up top to Josh Hart. Josh Hart's going to pump fake as well. Drive it down, stop, step back, mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go, Big Josh. Yes, sir, Big Josh. Back to 13. Okay. Okay. Chip away at it. Chip away at it. Franz Wagner has it up top. Got to get some defensive stops, though. Towns knocks the ball loose. So Carter Jr. picks it back up. Coming to his right. Tries to hand it off to De Silva to turnover. Anunoby. Home run pass over to Brunson. He's got to beat Bane to it. Bane dives for it. Tries to save it in bounds, but out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Knicks. Good hustle from both sides there. The Knicks calls the turnover. Bane dives for it. 13-point game. Brunson gets it into Shamet. Shamet in the right corner. Being guarded by De Silva. Coming to his left off the town screen. Middle of the lane, another pull-up jumper. Landry Shamet, get to your spot, knock it down, Landry. Landry Shamet driving the comeback. Lead down to 11. 75-64. 5:20 to go. Past the halfway point. Suggs gets it over to Wendell Carter Jr. Hands it off to Bane. Bane up top being guarded by Josh Hart. Bane gets it over to Suggs. Inside the Carter Jr. to the lane. Two-handed slam for him. Excellent play and excellent ball movement from the Magic there. Bad defense from the Knicks. Josh Hart on the right wing, being guarded by Bane. Coming to his left. Josh Hart over to Towns. Towns on the left wing, being guarded by Carter Jr. Putting his head down, attacking along the baseline, goes up, blows the dunk. Now here come the Magic pushing it the other way. That's a momentum killer right there. Bane, Euro steps down the lane, kicks it out to Franz Wagner, wide open in the left corner for a three, sets his feet, fires, and knocks it down. That's a momentum killer from Towns. Just finger roll it in. Finger roll it in. Back to 16. Brunson up top, coming to his left. Driving it down. Suggs flops, trying to draw the foul. Josh Hart a three. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Carter Jr. knocks into the air, and Franz Wagner able to pick it up. Here comes Bane bringing it down the other way. He has it up top. They throw it into Wagner. Bully ball against Shaman. Goes up, gets blocked by Anunoby from behind. And Brunson tried to throw it off of Wagner, but it bounced right back to him, so it'll remain with the Magic here. 11 on the shot clock for them. Ricardo said Cat is killing us. Cat's been not good, especially offensively, which is the thing he's supposed to be good at. Right? Mitchell Robinson subs back in. Knicks are out there with Robinson. Bridges also subs back in for Anunoby here. Robinson, Bridges, Brunson, Hart, and Shamet. Get it into Tristan De Silva. Shamet just falls asleep. De Silva with the open three. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart comes flying in for the rebound. Knicks catch a bit of a break there. Get it over to Brunson. Brunson up top being guarded by Suggs. Brunson dancing with it. And backing down Suggs. Pump fake, leans into it. Gets it out to Josh Hart. Hands it off to Bridges. A right wing three from Mikal Bridges. Line me up. Comes up short on it. The Magic with the rebound. Here comes Franz Wagner, left side of the court, being picked up by Bridges. Coming to his right. Shoves it over to Suggs. Suggs dancing with it. Back up top to Wagner. Wagner over to Bataze. Bataze being guarded by Robinson. Hands it off to Suggs. Suggs catches. Pump fakes. Now puts up the deep three over Robinson. Too strong, can't get it to go. Battling for the rebound on the mismatch because Robinson contested the three from Suggs. Means Shaman was switched on to Bataze trying to box him out. Shaman picks up the foul. 3:30 to go. It's a 16-point deficit for the Knicks. They can get it to around 10 going into the fourth quarter. They'll give themselves a chance. So Bataze's at the foul line for 2 free throws. Taze knocks down the first one. Bring it right back up to 18. Taze knocks down both free throws. 18-point deficit for the Knicks. Haven't really chipped anything off of the lead. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down. Gets it over to Bridges. Bridges jab step, driving to his left, step back, one-legged fall-away jumper. Too strong, can't get it to go. Bane with the rebound. Good box out from Bataze. Here comes Desmond Bane. Bane has it up top, dancing with it. They get it over to Wagner. Wagner Euro steps down the lane. Finger roll layup over Robinson. Can't get it to go. Robinson also knocks the rebound over to Josh Hart, and Bataze trips up Josh Hart as he hits the floor. Just that said, Mikal's been pedestrian. Everybody's been pedestrian. I mean, Mikal's been pedestrian, which is a compliment in comparison to how almost everybody else has played so far tonight. You know, I said game ball to sham it. I mean, if they lose, there is no game ball. So there's that. Karen said, no Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham, All-Star Thompson, Tobias Harris, Marcus Sasser, or Jaden Ivey. Yep. And the Pistons are dominating the Bulls. Bulls don't have Giddey. That should not be an excuse. MBM said, Deuce is needed. Yeah, disappointed Mike Brown is not going to Deuce McBride a little bit more often here. There's one qualm I have with Mike Brown so far. It's his utilization of Deuce McBride so far. Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top. Jab step. Coming to his right against Suggs. Putting his head down, attacking to the rim. Layup. Smokes the layup. A lot of smoked layups tonight. Sign of fatigue is when you start missing layups. Suggs up top. Crosses over to his right. Kicks it out to Bataze. Bataze hands it off to Wagner. Wagner up top is how Robinson hedges out hard to get it into Bataze and gets fouled by Jaylen Brunson. Going to go to the foul line for 2 more free throws. The Knicks have been in the bonus since the 8-minute mark. Hacking and whacking away tonight, and a timeout from the Magic. When we come back from the timeout, 2 free throws for Bataze. Can push it to 19. Son Goku Ultra said you need Spark Plug JC. Yeah, tonight is the night to go searching if you're Mike Brown. Tonight is the night to, for sure, go searching for some offense. MEM said JC would mix it up. Refs killing us, said Joe. I mean, not really. Not really. The Knicks are hacking and whacking away for sure. They're fouling. The refs aren't killing us. The Knicks fouling is killing us. Mark said nothing to be positive about tonight. Let me see if I can find some positivity for you, Mark. Let me see. I'm going to search. I'm going to search for you, Mark. Mark, I'm searching. Let's believe I'm searching, Mark. I just haven't come up with anything yet. Hold on. You know I can find a silver lining in anything. Hold on. There's a positivity for tonight. Okay, here's some positivity for you, Mark. I got you, Mark. I can find some positivity in this. Watch this. Watch me spin this. Watch me spin this, Mark. Watch me. Keno Hart said Shamit. Not a bad one. We know what Shamit's capable of. He's got, 11 points? It's fine. Mark said there is nothing. Watch this, though, Mark. Watch this, though. This is ultimately good for the Knicks because they were riding extremely high, beating some not-so-great teams. So this will knock them back down to earth a little bit and hopefully will enhance their want to be a better overall team, and they'll be better in the long term for it. Watch me spin it. Watch me spin it, Mark. You see that? See the way I spin it? Losing in this fashion is ultimately good in the long run. Does it suck now? Yes, it does. But it happens. Mark said, nah, how about we ban back-to-backs? The issue with that, Mark, is the season would then probably go into July. If we spaced out 82 games, right? Because they're never going to lower the amount of games they play. This has been a topic of discussion for forever. Joe said all the hype, everyone betting over. House got to clean up. Just that said, too many teams have 7 wins. We don't need to be in that group. fun. Fair. Fair. Aaron said Bulls heating up in the fourth. Bulls heating up in the fourth. Bulls. Oh, it's a 3-point game. There you go. 8:26 to go. It's a game. Bulls got to pull that one out. You got to pull that one out for your Bulls. Bucks getting smacked up by the Hornets. Okay. I'll take it. Celtics dominating the Grizzlies. Back-to-back blowout losses for the Grizzlies. Want to talk about not a good team not in good spirits right now? The Grizzlies. You can see a little bit there. There you go. Heat beating the Cavs again so far. Rockets dominating the Wizards. Batazi's at the foul line. He knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Knock it up to a 19-point game. Warriors, Pelicans tied. Spurs beating the Warriors. Mavericks beating the Suns. Okay. We'll check back at the end of the quarter. Taze knocks down both free throws. 84-65. 19-point deficit for the Knicks. Brunson crosses over to his left, spins to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper, too strong, can't get it to go. Robinson fighting for the rebound. Can't keep it, well, he does keep it alive. He gets fouled by Bataze. Knocked out of his hands. Just that said, Mitch well rested. This sucks. I mean, Mitch was doing his part. The defense hasn't been great, but the defense from everybody hasn't been great. So, I mean, he's got 8 rebounds so far. 4 or 5 offensive. Like, he's literally doing the thing he gets paid to do. Bridges coming to his left, spins to his right, picks up his handle, gets it over to Robinson. Robinson gets tied up, picks it up, saves it over to Bridges. Bridges puts it up at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. De Silva with the rebound. Ugly offensive possession there. Knicks still down by 19. De Silva gets it over to Jett Howard, who's in the game now. They swing it around. Wagner catches, pump fakes. Wagner driving it in on Shamet. Fully balling his way down. Shamet gets hit in the face. Wagner just leans in and gets the layup to go. No offensive foul there. Shamet got hit in the face. Okay. 21-point lead. Brunson shoots up the floater. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Ball is loose. Taze able to pick it up. Knicks with a 21-point deficit. Game is not, they're not going to be able to pull this one out. I'll tell you that. They needed to get it to around 12 going into the fourth, and they are not doing that. Get it over to De Silva, catches, pump fakes, pulls it back, steps back, gets it over to Bataze. Bataze, high post, left wing, fakes the handoff, throws it to nobody, hits the backboard. Josh Hart with the rebound. He's going to bring it down the other way, spins off the defender to the rim, gets blocked by Bataze, but it went into the basket anyway off the block. I can't remember a time where I've seen a clean block clearly happen. Bataze pins it on the backboard, but it spins off of his hand and flies into the rim. So 2 points for Josh Hart. They swing it out to Jett Howard, a left wing 3. Fight for the rebound. Black knocks it over to Bridges. Bridges over to Brunson in transition, a left wing 3 for JB. Can't get it to go. Shots not falling for the Knicks. Shots are not falling for the Knicks. It's a 19-point deficit with under a minute to go. De Silva on the right wing, up top to Bataze, and a foul on Jaylen Brunson, fighting for positioning against Wagner. Free throws for Wagner, because the Knicks have been in the bonus since the 8-minute mark. Not good all around. Not good all around. Amy Machu said maybe they can try not to lose the third quarter. That's a good point, Amy. It's 28-26 so far in this third quarter. They should try to not lose the third quarter. They scored 19 points in the second quarter, 23 points in the first. 28 points in the third so far. So a much better third quarter, but when you find yourself down 20, you put yourself behind the 8 ball. Hattie said, kind of expected this tonight. I didn't expect a 20-point blowout. I didn't expect that. Maybe a loss. I expected this to be a close game. Not a 20-point blowout. Towns comes in for Robinson. Anunoby comes in for Bridges. Look, I like Landry Shamet, but Landry Shamet playing as often as he's playing right now, I know he's one of the only guys who has something going tonight, but where the heck is Deuce McBride and Jordan Clarkson when you need points? Wagner knocks down both free throws. Back to 21-point lead. Anunoby in the left corner, pump fake, fly-by defense from Wagner. Anunoby knocks down the left corner three. Can that be some momentum? Some momentum. Any momentum would be nice. Anthony Black has it up top. Knicks knocked it down to 11. And then Towns blew a dunk. And that was, I told you guys, that's a big momentum breaker right there. And indeed it was, because the lead quickly went back up to 16, and now they're down by 18 as Anthony Black hits the three, now down by 21. Gets the 3 points right back. Anything you can do, I can do better offense right there. Brunson bringing it down, final 10 seconds of the quarter. Brunson, past the defense, kicks it out. Josh Hart, a left corner three. Josh Hart gets the 3 points right back. Trading 3-point baskets. Back to 18. 3/4 court heave doesn't come close, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 18-point deficit. They beat them by 2 points in that quarter. 31-29. Yak said they didn't play McBride and Clarkson much. Nope. I don't think this has been a good night for anybody. I don't think this has been a good night for almost any Knick, and I don't think it's been a good night for Mike Brown. I don't particularly care for his rotations tonight. One of the few times so far this season where I think Mike Brown has not coached a good game. I think Mike Brown's coached a good game at all. When you are searching for offense, and I know defense has been the issue, but like Deuce McBride is perfectly fine defensively. So Deuce McBride with Landry Shamet out there, I know that makes you incredibly small, but come on. MBM said small light at the end of the tunnel. Yak said we could have had to 11 if Cat dunk went in. It was already at 11, Yak. It was an 11-point game when Karl-Anthony Towns went up for the dunk, and he blew the dunk. He missed it, and it would have cut it to single digits, and probably a timeout for the Magic. But instead, he missed the dunk. The Magic were able to get on the fast break. They knocked down a layup. The Knicks come down the other end. They miss a shot or turn it over or whatever, and then the Magic come down. They hit a three, and the lead goes back up to 16 or 17 points at that point. Okay, Hazy said, Yabu actually hit a three. He could have had at least a minute. On a night like tonight where clearly your guys don't have a ton of energy, you got to lean more so on your bench. Stay said, they treating us like we treated the Grizzlies? No. The Knicks were just having fun against the Grizzlies. That definitely is not what happening, Stay. I'm interested right now in the minutes distributions for the Knicks. Get ready for the fourth quarter here. Get these ads out of there. There you go. Anunoby 24, Towns 27. Brunson's already played 31. Played in the entirety of that third quarter, I believe. Shamet's played 20. McBride did not play in that quarter at all. Josh Hart's played 18. Like 20 minutes for Landry Shamet. I know he's one of the only guys who's had anything going tonight. Just feels a little high. Just feels high. Too much. Clarkson, only 5 minutes tonight. I know he was not good. Only 5 minutes tonight for Clarkson. Yabusele played 4 minutes. Got to lean on your bench a little bit more on the second night of a back-to-back. When your first group of guys clearly don't really have it. Yak said get it to 10 with 5 minutes to go. This is why we'll watch the games, Yak. You're right about that. If they can give us any kind of hope here, we'll be in it. Here we go. Get it to 10. Get us to 10. Start of the fourth quarter. Knicks shooting 40% from the field, 7 for 26 from three-point range. Also not getting close to the 40 three-point attempt marker that we have. Not getting close to it. Only 13 assists for the Knicks tonight as well. Another bad marker of the fact that they're not moving the ball well. Give a lot of credit to the Orlando Magic defense. They played hard. They played physical. They played really good off-ball defense. McBride starts the quarter along with Clarkson, Shamet, Towns, and Anunoby. Tyus Jones has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Coming to his right. Gets it out to Anthony Black, being guarded by Clarkson. Coming to his right, pulls it back, dancing with it. Anthony Black spins to his left. Pocket pass to nobody as McBride picks it off. Towns home run pass to Clarkson. One man to beat in Black. Euro steps down the lane. Gets the layup to go for Jordan Clarkson. Okay. Defense leading the offense. Maybe Deuce McBride should have played a little bit more in that quarter. Desmond Bane bringing it down against Shamit. Bane spins, coming to his right. Dancing with it, now coming to his left. Off the Carter Jr. screen. Leans into Shamit, step back, foul line jumper for Bane. Comes up short. Anunoby, good box out and rebound. Gets it over to McBride. McBride bringing it down. It's a 16-point game. Okay. McBride up top, coming to his left off the town screen. Putting his head down, attacking. Scoop away with the left hand. Can't get it to go, but he draws the foul on Anthony Black. McBride going to the foul line for 2 free throws. I never started the timer. But can knock it down to 14. Okay. Get it to single digits. Get me to 8. And I'll get excited again. Get me to 8 and I'll get excited again. MBM said we got the dirty boys on the court. Not a bad nickname for them. McBride knocks down the first free throw. Thank you for knocking down your free throw, Deucey. Just as dad said, Bruce braided. Yeah, I don't like McBride misses a free throw. You can't be missing free throws, especially in this situation, Knicks. Tyus Jones bringing it down. 15-point game. They get it over to Bane. Bane coming to his right. Stops. Gets it over to Jones. Catches it on the run. Kicks it in the corner to Black. Goes along the baseline. Black picks up his handle. Gets it over to Carter Jr. A little mid-range jumper. Got it to go. Wendell Carter Jr. has been phenomenal. The little mid-range jumpers. Knocked down a 3 tonight. He's been phenomenal with that jump shot. Towns has it up top. Jab step. Driving to his left on Carter Jr. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. Snags his offensive rebound and goes up and puts it in. Okay. Hart said this lineup has some spark. Deuce McBride. His name is Deuce McBride. That spark is named Deuce McBride. Should have played him a little bit more. Bane to the basket. Can't get the scoop layup to go as it falls off the other side of the rim. Unlucky bounce there. Towns, outlet pass to Anunoby. Over to Clarkson. Wide open left corner 3. Line me up. Give me some momentum. In and out. Halfway down, but you can't get it to stay. And now here comes Tyus Jones bringing it down the other way. Jones has it up top, being guarded by Shamit, coming to his left over to Bane. Bane over to Isaac. Isaac at left corner 3. Good contest from Anunoby. Well short. Shamit with the rebound, and we're bringing it down the other way. Shamit on the left wing. It's over to Towns. Towns a deep 3. Line me up. Line me up. Call Anthony Towns. Get me excited. Get me excited. Come on, big cat. Down to 12. Okay. Down to 12. Okay. 9:45 to go. Okay. Some momentum. Good timeout from the Magic and Jamal Mosley. Good timeout. Nixon, what's up, Nixon? I work late, and my boys trailing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get off early on game nights from now on. Yeah, it's the second night of a back-to-back. They didn't have their legs. They didn't have the type of energy and effort that you need to have in order to play a good team like the Orlando Magic. And the Magic take full advantage of it, and they're taking it right to the Knicks. But the Knicks are going to mount a little bit of a comeback here. Isaiah Garner said, game's not over till it's over. Absolutely. Brittany Kelly, what's up, Brittany? Happy to see you again. Hip Hop said they're still in it. Just got to get some stops and timely buckets now. Yeah, got to get some stops. Like I said, get me to single digits and I'll get excited. Get me to single digits and I'll get excited. But for now, they're still trailing by double digits, so still a blowout. Still a blowout. Get me back into it. Brittany said, man, OG let me down. Yeah, OG's not good on the second night of back-to-backs. Especially during his Knicks tenure here. Never been good on the second night of back-to-backs. Kay Hazy said, Cat is probably a good three-point shooter out of necessity. Otherwise, he'd foul out of playing in the post in the first quarter. Maybe. He was just like, you know what, let me stay out here and stop fouling, offensive fouling inside. Maybe. JA3, Jay said we need the hat from last night. Nah, that's just a Grizzlies thing. Grizzlies are just that bad. The hat doesn't have any good luck to it. Yak said, got Orlando on a teals. Good timeout from Orlando. Let's see how they respond. Right, the timeout's going to kill some of the Knicks' momentum there. The Knicks have to come out and pull out the requisite amount of effort that they need. Okay, Hazy said OG looked tired yesterday too. Maybe, yeah. He was 1 for 10 from 3. Didn't have the legs behind the jump shot. You know, maybe a little tired. Maybe. Amy Machua said within reach. Yeah, get me to within reach. Get me to a single-digit game, and I'll get hyped and excited. But for now, it is what it is. For now, it is what it is. 93-81. 12-point lead for the Magic. They've controlled a majority of the game since the start. Nick Yak said Orlando's worrying now. It's a good timeout. It was a good timeout. Broke the momentum. Then Jamal Mosley, it was a good timeout. Didn't want the Knicks to start carrying that and get it to a single-digit game. Like I said, once you get it to a single-digit game, all of a sudden it's a basketball game again, especially with this amount of time left. Isaiah Gardner said, if you're the coach, are you still sticking with his lineup? I'm sticking to whatever lineup Deuce McBride is in the game with. Doesn't matter. I don't care that much about who else is out there with him. Deuce McBride needs to be on the court. Magic bringing it down. Tyus Jones has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Get it over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. has it up top, coming to his left. Hands it off to Black. Curling to his right off the handoff to the foul line. Floater. Good floater for Anthony Black. Jordan Clarkson upset, too. I like that. Anthony Black hits the floor. Knicks got to push to get over to Towns. Towns a deep straightaway three. Come on, Towns. We don't need that. Jordan Clarkson chases down the long rebound, though. Needed that. Clarkson a step back three. Don't need that. But he got it anyway. Okay. Getting a little excited. Forgot to give Black his floater. Knocked down that three. We got it back to 11. We've been to 11 before. Anthony Black splits the defense, goes to his floater, got it to go. We've been to 11 before. Get me to single digits. 97-84. It's a 13-point game. McBride crosses over, being guarded by Isaac. Loose ball. Knock loose. Come on, Deuce. I can't be singing your praises and then you turn it over in the open court like that. Desmond Bane Euro steps down the lane, shovels it inside to Isaac. Isaac gets fouled by Towns. I can't be singing your praises, Deuce McBride, when we're trying to build momentum and you just give it right back to him. Just that's a Deuce rushes into turnovers, yeah. Trying to play fast. It's smart to put Jonathan Isaac on Deuce McBride. You know Deuce McBride's not the greatest ball handler in the world. He's improved on it. Isaac misses a free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws time and time again. We'll never not love it. 13-point lead for the Magic here with 8:50 to go. More than enough time to mount the comeback. A 13-point deficit is nothing in modern basketball with the three-point shot. Isaac does knock down the second one, pushing it to 14. Deuce McBride bringing it down. Being guarded by Anthony Black. Coming to his left off a double screen. McBride has it up top. Dancing with it against Carter Jr. Takes the handoff, driving it down. Knocked that out of his hands. It just slips out of his hands. Two really bad turnovers for Deuce McBride. I can't be singing your praises, Deuce, talking about I need you on the court, and then you turn it over twice like that. Come on, big dog. Tyus Jones bringing it down. He has it up top. Get over to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. hands it off to Anthony Black, being guarded by Clarkson. Coming to his left, up top to Tyus Jones. Jones pulls it back out as he mishandled the pass, gets it over to Bane. Bane being guarded by Shamet. Bane dancing with a step back three against Shamet. Comes up short, long rebound over to McBride. McBride bringing it down. Deuce McBride has it up top. Coming to his left off a Towns screen. Pocket pass to Towns. Towns driving it down the lane. High off glass, can't get it to go, but a foul. And Karl-Anthony Towns is going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Jaylen Brunson at the scorer's table with 8 minutes to go. Brittany Kelly said, did Banchero get injured? Yes. Unfortunately, he's out the rest of the game, Brittany, with strained groin. Towns at the foul line for 2 free throws. It's down by 14. Towns knocks down the first one. Brunson coming in for Shamet. Jaylen Suggs also back in the game. Towns with only 14 points tonight, 10 rebounds. He's 6 for 14 from the floor, 1 for 4 from 3. Was a big 3, though. Towns knocked down the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. There you go, Big Cat. Thank you. Back to 12. Get me the single digits and I'll get excited. Knicks stay out there with McBride, Brunson, and Clarkson, along with Towns and Anunoby. Anthony Black has it up top, being guarded by Brunson. Gets it over to Suggs, being chased by Clarkson. Swing through to his right. Down the lane, scoop lay with the right hand, high off glass. Can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson over to Clarkson. Clarkson bringing it down to pull. A terrible shot for Clarkson. Gets blocked. Why? Why? What is that shot, Clarkson? Bane driving to his right, blows right past Clarkson to the basket. Misses the layup again. Now here, the Knicks catch a break there. Brunson coming down, crosses over, spins off of Suggs. Gets caught in the air, tries to leave it off for Towns, gets knocked out of his hands. Home run pass over to Suggs, pump fakes, blows the layup, tip, gets it to go. Knicks had their opportunities there. 14-point deficit, 186, still 7 minutes to go. Still more than enough time. Get over to Clarkson, back to Brunson. Brunson has it up top, calling for a screen from Towns. Going to the classic Brunson-Towns pick and roll. Brunson dancing with it, pulls it back. Carter Jr. switched onto him, over to McBride, a right corner three for Deuce. Knock me down, Deuce McBride. 11-point game. Get me to single digits, I'll get excited. Jaylen Suggs bringing it down. Why is Shamet at the scorer's table? Leave him out of the game right now. Get it into Carter Jr. And a foul on Towns. Playing way too aggressively. Why is Shamet at the scorer's table? Don't pull Deuce McBride out of this goddamn game. Get Jordan Clarkson out. You pull Deuce McBride, I'm going to be upset. If Mike Brown pulls Deuce McBride right now, I'll be upset. Just knocked down a big three. Playing good defense. McBride remains in the game, thank goodness. We got Towns, Anunoby, Brunson, Bridges, and McBride. Anthony Black dancing around the screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper for him. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. And a foul on the Knicks. Battling Wendell Carter Jr. for the rebound. You got to box out. You got to box out. 5 fouls for Karl-Anthony Towns. You got to box out. You got to box out. Mitchell Robinson's going to come in for Towns. 6:28 to go. Batase comes in to match up with Robinson. Batase is a much better matchup for Robinson than Wendell Carter Jr. is. Batase has it up top. Hands it off to Wagner. Wagner's also back in, being chased by Anunoby. Wagner has it up top, dancing with it. Steps back, crosses over, spins to his left in the lane. Scoop play with the right hand. Can't get it to go, but that's because he's fouled by Anunoby. The Knicks hacking and whacking away. Playing with their hands and not their feet. Ath, what's up, Ath? Need 3 from Brunson? I need a 3 from anybody, Ath. Anybody making a 3 would be nice for me. Knicks in an 11-point game right now. And they get it to single digits. Wagner at the foul line for 2 free throws. Wagner misses the first one. They're missing free throws. They want the Knicks to make a little bit of a comeback here. They're begging them to make this game interesting. Knicks not capitalizing. Knicks are not capitalizing. Wagner misses both. Get me to single digits, I'll get excited. 100-89, 11-point game. Brunson driving it down at the foul line. Stops, pump fake, leans in, puts up the jumper, got it to go. 9-point game. Here we go. Get me a stop, and I'm going off on the offensive possession. Get me a stop. Get me one stop. Get it over to Wagner. Wagner has it up top, being guarded by Anunoby. Wagner over to Suggs. Suggs a deep right wing 3 over McBride. Splashes another net. Silencing the crowd. Jaylen Suggs quieting the crowd, calming his teammates down. Brunson coming to his left off the double screen. Brunson driving it down up top. Bridges wide open 3, line me up. Get me the 3 points right back. He comes up short. Not the night I needed my wings to go cold from the perimeter. Wagner up top, hands it off to Black. Anthony Black dancing with it against Brunson. And Brunson slipped, Wagner slipped the screen and forced the Brunson switch, and Brunson fouls him as Wagner was going towards the basket off the slip screen. And Brunson, after he made the previous mid-range jumper, looked at the refs and did this. Usually you do this when somebody gives you a nice pass, as to say, you know, you saw me, you had great vision. Brunson does it to the officials is in, open your eyes. Shamet comes in for Bridges. Wagner knocked down the first free throw. Got another one coming. Wagner knocked down both. 105-91, 14-point deficit. A little over 5 minutes to go. Time running out for the Knicks. Brunson coming to his left. Driving it down. Mid-range pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Get me to single digits and get me a stop. 12-point game. Desmond Bane gets it over to Bataze. Bataze coming to his left, hands it off to Anthony Black. Driving it down against Brunson. Gets the easy scoop layup to go. Brunson couldn't really do anything. He's got 5 personal fouls. Obviously, you can't have Brunson foul out. Brunson coming to his left off the double screen. They're going to look to viciously attack Brunson with the 5 fouls. We already know he's not a great defender. Brunson crosses over, stops, turns, spins in the lane, throws up the floater, gets the floater to go over Suggs anyway. Extremely good defense from Suggs. Didn't matter. 4:30 to go. Suggs bringing it down. Suggs gets it over to Bane. Bane over to Black. Black left wing 3. That's a little bit of a dagger right there. Anthony Black knocks down a big left wing 3. Back to 15. And a timeout from Mike Brown and the Knicks. Arjo Strummer with the Barjo. Not a foul? What's not a foul? Which one was not a foul? Just that said, this is an L. Oh, well. Magic playing well. Paulo Banchero going out with the injury was more beneficial for the Magic than it was for the Knicks. Brunson with 5 fouls. Towns with 5 fouls. Brunson with 28 tonight. The only guy who can do anything offensively. He's 9 for 21 from the field. Anunoby with only 8. He only took 4 shots, all of them threes. Towns with 15 and 12, excuse me. 6 for 14 from the field. Not great efficiency. Robinson, 8 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, 17 minutes. Okay, what are you going to get from Robinson? Mikal Bridges, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. 0 for 3 from 3, 3 for 9 from the floor. Not a good night for Mikal. Jaylen Brunson with the 28 and 6, like we went over. The only guy who could do anything tonight. Deuce McBride now up to 18 minutes. He's got 7 points. Andrew Shamet with 11. He's been solid. Josh Hart with 10. We got to get Josh Hart in the game. Just for the energy and the defense and maybe even just the body. You know, I know he's going with shooting right now because you need shooting. NBM said froze out Deuce. A little bit. Deuce McBride not playing the third quarter whatsoever is kind of crazy. Like, just continue to swap in McBride and Shamet so that both of those guys can stay fresh here tonight because those are the only 2 guys who've had, like, a ton of energy so far tonight. NBM said, but it's not over. It's not over. Not over, but it's getting close. Getting close to midnight. Arjo said, too bad Brunson sucks. Hey, brother. Catch us in an all-star game. Catch us on the All-NBA team. Catch us in a playoff series before you can start talking as a Magic fan, brother. Maybe said they're better than last year, but I still don't trust the team. With all these tiebreakers, you have to win the season series. I still don't trust them in a big spot. The season series does not matter because they will not be tied with any of these teams in the standings, brother. Season series means absolutely squat diddly to me. Season series does not matter. Here we go. Checking back in. R. Joe Strummer said, I'm not a Magic fan. I'm just for the Knicks. Oh, so you're just a troll. That's fine. That's fine, brother. It's actually sadder. You should have just been a Magic fan, brother. Jaylen Brunson bringing it down. Brunson up top being guarded by Black. Coming to his left off a stagger screen. Brunson gets Bane switched onto him. Gets it over to Towns. Towns back to Brunson. Brunson driving to his right, gets an open lane of the basket. They're just going to give it to him. Don't want to concede the three. Smart play from the Magic. Jaylen Suggs has it up top. Suggs being guarded by McBride. Coming to his left. Driving it down. Cross court out to Wagner. Wide open right corner three. Anunoby hustles to get out there. Forces the miss. Good hustle from Anunoby there to contest the shot. Shamet bringing it down off the rebound. Shamet up top to Towns. Towns jab step, driving to his left. Throws up the tough floater. Airballs it. Brunson had it. Lost it. Playing for the foul instead of playing for a basket, Karl-Anthony Towns is never going to win you a basketball game. Never going to get you back into it. Stop relying on the refs. They get it into Anthony Black. He's going to bring it down. Brunson guarding him. Can be super aggressive. He's got the 5 fouls. Towns has the 5 fouls. You got your 5 most impactful offensive players tonight. Brunson hits the floor, draws the offensive foul on Carter Jr., who leaned into him with a high elbow. Inadvertent. We got him. Gigi said, OG and Bridges sold. Yeah, your wings tonight were pretty brutal. Keenan Hart said, playing for fouls is terrible. I hate it. Me too. Brunson coming to his right off a Town screen. Brunson one-on-one against Carter Jr. Leans in, throws up the floater. Can't get it to go. Brunson also playing for the foul against Carter Jr. Not going to get it. Stop relying on the refs. Go get me a bucket. Knicks down by 13 with under 3 minutes to go. Time's winding down on him. Bane spins off a Shamet, driving it down to the basket. Can't get the floater to go, but he draws the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Hey, Bob said, Brunson spent 48 minutes crying to the refs. No, Brunson spent 48 minutes, again, 30-6 on a night where nobody could make a basket. What Brunson did for 48 minutes, brother. Desmond Bane at the foul line. Misses a free throw. The Magic are in the bonus. The Knicks have been hacking and wagging away. Bane does knock down the second free throw. Quick ahead of the Brunson. Brunson back to McBride. Towns up top. Inside the McBride for the easy layup. Okay. Good pass from Towns. They get it over to Bane. He'll bring it down. 12-point game. He's been here. Get it over to Suggs, being guarded by Brunson. Suggs has it up top. Jab step. Coming to his left. Stop. Hesitates. Now driving it down. Leaves it off for Carter Jr. Takes it up top to Bane. Pass fake. Shot clock winding down. He's 1-on-1 against Brunson. Offensive foul on Desmond Bane. Saying they pushed off. Jaylen Brunson drawing fouls defensively. On the defensive foul. Judge that said Magic are the Celtics this year? What does that mean? McBride up top. Coming to his left off the Town screen. Driving to his right. Throws up the floater. Playing for the foul. Just chucked it up. No fouls being called. They get out to Bane. Bane in the left corner 3. Splashes in. There's the dagger. And that's going to be the game. That's going to be the game right there. Bane knocked down both free throws, by the way. The MSG broadcast is Brunson rolls the ankle. Gets tripped up. Under 2 to go. Mark Ellis said get the starters out. He's about to get the starters out. All the guys are at the scorer's table. Brunson misses the first one. Got a limp to him with a rolled ankle. Not what you want to see. Ooh. I can't see a rolled ankle like that, man. Oh my goodness, that's so painful. I rolled my ankle the other day. Not that bad. A little twist. And the starters come out. All the rookies come in. All right, Arjo, you're just being annoying in the chat, brother. You're just being incredibly annoying to people. Brunson knocks down the second one. Brunson fouls to get him out of the game. He fouls out now, but Brunson's going to limp right back to the locker room. Dadier is going to come in for him. Russell Field said, give him the boot. I did. Yeah, you can come into the chat. Like, we have fans from other fan bases who don't like the Knicks and will come in and troll the Knicks, but, like, don't be annoying to people. You know what I mean? Like, we just here talking basketball. Just a bunch of fans. Don't be a weirdo. You know what I mean? Like, if we were all in a public setting, we were all just hanging out talking about basketball, and somebody came in and was just being a jerk like that, everybody would just be like, you got to go. You got to leave, right? I'm not going to let you just hang in here be annoying. Kay Hazy said Brunson was the only one besides some of our bench doing anything in the first half. All the starters sold. Yeah, tonight was the night to lean more on the bench. And I think, you know, like, we could talk about the players not playing well. I also don't think Mike Brown coached a good game tonight. I don't think it would have ended up with a win with the way the Knicks played overall, but not a good night for the Knicks. Let me make sure our score is correct. 117-100, 145 to go. Now we're here. Now, show me some Mo Diawara. Show me some Mo Diawara. Kolek has it up top. Gets it out to Yabusele. Yabusele's going to fire up a three. You're going to get it to go. Yabusele said, hold on. He said, hold on. The three-point shot's starting to come around. Joe said this was kind of a Tibbs job. Listen, man, all coaches are the same. That said 147 people is a huge crowd, RARO. True. Very true. This is true. Imagine 147 people in the bar. Just there for the same reason. Trying to watch the game. Mark said if it were March, he'd play. He'll be out a few games, calling it now. Maybe. I mean, he limped off the court with no help, so maybe. We'll see. MBM said, on the coach, could have managed the rotations a little better. Get off your high horse, Knicks. We have been warned. Yeah, it's a good way of putting it, MBM. Knicks have been warned. You're not going to walk in and just dominate teams every night. I don't think they had that expectation. Again, second night of a back-to-back. You know, they have all the excuses on their side. They haven't played great competition. They won the games they were supposed to win. All of the things. But, you know, this was a good litmus test. This is a good, you know, get off your high horse, like you said, MBM. You got to come out and beat these teams. They're not going to roll over. We talked about earlier in the season, when they were on the 3-game skid, teams are going to come out and want to have a showcase game against you. You have a target on your back. You are looked at as the team that is the favorite to get to the NBA Finals. Right? Why are they showing the sprained ankle on the replay? What are you doing, MSG? Get that. I close my eyes. Get that replay off the screen. All right, here we go. Jace Richardson's bringing it down for the Magic. They have their young players in the game along with Bataze, and the Knicks have their young players in along with Yabusele. Jed Howard, a three, can't get it to go. Rebound by Noah Penda inside to De Silva, gets the layup to go. 119-103. Tyler Kolek has it up top. Show me some Mo Diawara. Show me some Paco Dadier. Or maybe some more Yabusele threes. Yabusele can't get that one to go. Penda bringing it down. Yabusele strips him. Hit ahead to Dadier. Dadier gets the layup to go. Dadier is a pretty good finisher on the basket, I'll tell you that. Which is why, like, I want to see him continue to develop. I'm happy that they still have him on the team with all of the preseason possible trade of Dadier. I'm happy he's still around. A three for Jed Howard. Going to make sure we get our score correct before we sign off here. Got 40 seconds to go. Kolek over to Dadier. Coming to his right off the screen. Up top to Kolek. He's going to pump fake. driving it down in the lane. Little scoop layup, got it to go. You know, if there was any night earlier in the year, Mike Brown was fiddling around with like an 11-man rotation to figure out who he wanted to go with. Tonight was the kind of night to try out the 11-man rotation again, just because you're looking for energy out of anybody. Jed Howard crosses over on Huck Porty, gets the layup to go. Hip Hop said bad loss, no doubt about it. Yeah, not a good loss. I don't know if there are good losses. Gaudier walks into a pull-up three, can't get it to go. Magic with the rebound, and they will dribble out the clock, and that will be it. 124-107 will be our final score. No need to really go over the box scores. We've thoroughly investigated the box scores. But what we will do instead is we will go around the league and just see what else happened in the NBA tonight. Just that said, Friday, 7 p.m. We will be doing a game tomorrow as well. But yes, Knicks play Friday against the Miami Heat NBA Cup game. Games that have wrapped up. The Hornets beat the Bucks. Pistons beat the Bulls. That's a bad loss for the Bulls. Magic beat the Knicks. Spurs Warriors locked in a tight one. Rockets being down on the Wizards, as many teams have. Cavs beating the Heat now. And the Celtics just dominating the Grizzlies. We go over tomorrow. What do we have? Lakers Thunder tonight's good game. We'll see. We'll see. I got a funny feeling the Thunder may not be thinking it's a good game. Games we have tomorrow on the docket. There's only 3 games. I don't like any of them. Pacers Suns off the table. Pacers have been terrible. Suns are a middling team. Don't care. Raptors Cavs. We just watched the Cavs game. Hawks Jazz is a late game. Doesn't seem good either. Thoughts? Anybody? There are no good games on tomorrow. I guess, you know what, we're going to take the night off tomorrow. This is not a good slate of games. They may end up being some entertaining ones, like especially Raptors Cavs, maybe. But if Donovan Mitchell's out, I'm not interested in watching a 500 Raptors team. Pacers have been bad and injured. Suns are an average team. And then you got Hawks, Jazz. Bad slate of games. Can we take tomorrow off? We might have to take tomorrow off just because this ain't worth it. This ain't worth all the effort it takes to do a show like this. All the effort it takes to set it up. It ain't worth it for this game. I'll tell you that. This is probably the best game on the slate. It ain't worth it for this game. Roger G. Wall, appreciate you, brother. So we're going to wrap it up there, and we will see each other on Friday. Appreciate y'all. This is our final score. Unfortunately, it is an ugly night for the New York Knicks. You only put up 107 points for a team that's averaging over 120 here. Shout out to all of the channel contributors here. OG Rue, Susan, Miguelito Hernandez, Shot College, James Sumler, Ellie Muskov, Ev Tigre. Knicks will be 2026 champs. David Muskelly, my man Mark. Angel A1's Roman. Amy Machua, Big Rud. KCO, MG Ace, Tatsutsum, Teddy Cowboys v. Harris, Sharon McLean, Big Mike, MBM, K Hazy, Christopher Smith, Gasman, Bossman, KP, Darren Michelle, Johnny Miller, Jose NYC, Roger, G Wall, and back to OG Rue, and I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Appreciate y'all for hanging out with me for what was a pretty brutal ending to the night. Pretty brutal night overall. They were down majority of the game. They were trailing by double digits since the first quarter, and they never really mounted a true comeback, and Jaylen Brunson walked off with a sprained ankle. So, you know. Losses are the hardest, Joe. Yes, they are. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me, and as always, remember, brush your teeth before bed, get a good night's sleep, and stay hydrated, and I'll catch y'all on Friday, 7 p.m. start time, which means we will be live at 6:30 to go through the pregame rundown as we always do. I'll catch you on the next one. Good night, everybody. I'm out. Bye.